The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we're on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including ATL FM Cape Coast, Might FM Tamale, Bewa Radio Yendi, and in Kiligi FM Boliget Radio TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, the minority intensifies call for President Akufo-Addo and the special prosecutor to immediately suspend ambulance spare parts deal, claiming substantial payments have already been made.
This company, Service Ghana Auto Group Limited, has been paid 115 million Ghana cedis, in addition to the $54.3 million.
Also, CTAG makes fresh promise not to call off strike after court adjourned case brought by the National Labour Commission against them indefinitely. They say they're ready to forfeit their July and August salaries in business.
More than 200 businesses and some individuals risk up to 5 years in prison after Bank of Ghana sanctioned them for persistent issuance of dad checks. We've got details on the Joy Business Report.
And later, what has become of the old Agbegbelushi onion market after it was cleared in a major demolition exercise?
Any toilet, any wo.
Now this place has been turned into refuse dump, a toilet for the community and breeding grounds for snake and other reptiles.
Details of these stories coming up with me, Mamiesi Nyamiche Thompson. Stay tuned. The minority in Parliament is calling on President Akufo-Addo and the Office of the Special Prosecutor to immediately halt the controversial $34.9 million ambulance spare parts deal, citing serious concerns over alleged financial misconduct. They stress that payments have already been made to Service Ghana Auto Group Limited, despite the company's claims of unpaid supplies. The minority demands an urgent and thorough investigation, accusing the deal of being marred by inflation and financial irregularities that could undermine public trust. Listen to member of the minority, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa.
We want to strongly condemn the use of threats and intimidation by Service Ghana Auto Group Limited. The sums of money involved in this scandal are colossal. They are staggering. The Auditor General has revealed that procurement itself is problematic. When you do the analysis, it was an inflated procurement. This company, Service Ghana Auto Group Limited, has been paid 115 million Ghana cedis, in addition to the $54.3 million. This ambulance scandal is like no other ambulance scandal.
Well, the minority wants President Akufo-Addo and the special prosecutor to halt the deal.
The minority caucus in Parliament demands that President Akufo-Addo should immediately stop this $34.9 million scandalous, unconscionable, sweetheart, family affair ambulance spare parts deal. We are urging the Office of the Special Prosecutor to expedite investigations and prosecutions into this putrefying scandal. The OSP must act fast to save this country.
And you heard the member of the minority, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa. Now, Chief Justice Gertrude Tokunu has encouraged microfinance companies to leverage on a newly created specialized court, the Small Claims Debt Recovery Court system, for expeditious recovery of debts from defaulting customers. If successfully patronized, the Chief Justice says the newly established court will not only improve services of microfinance companies, but will ultimately lead to timely delivery of justice within the financial sector.
Though bills or quick credit may have provoked this initiative, the courts are a national asset, open to adjudicating claims from all financial institutions in order that the time value of money claims are not eroded by delays in the courts. Indeed, the provision of Saturday courts have been operational for several years now, and serve primarily the needs of national agencies that need to recover sums of money from significant numbers of citizens and businesses, such as SNIT.
Now to education. Teachers at the various colleges of education who have been on strike for about 2 months are willing to forfeit their July and August salaries and have pledged not to end the industrial action. This stance follows the indefinite adjournment of a case brought by the National Labour Commission, which sought the court to order them to compel the teachers to resume work. CTAG Fidelis Kamai has confirmed that the teachers remain resolute in their decision to continue the strike.
We want the employer to comply with the arbitral award, as has been stated in the award by NLC. In August 2023, when we embarked on a similar strike, NLC directed that we should call off the strike. We called off the strike, and as we speak, that is where we are. So it looks like whenever you call off the strike, the people who are supposed to take action, they do not do so. So now we are resolved that until it is implemented, we are not going back to the classroom.
Well, the salaries of the teachers were frozen for the month of July due to the same strike, but Fidelis says they are willing to forfeit that of August too.
It depends. If the arbitral awards are implemented, we'll call off the strike.
Yeah, so if you stay on strike, you would forgo your August salary as well.
If that will make our employer pay or implement the award, why not?
And
we are ready for that.
And your members are happy with forgoing their salaries for 2 months?
They are not happy, but they feel that the sacrifice is worth it. So these are part of the tactics the government and our principals are doing to coerce us, to force us to go to the classroom. They don't do anything about the arbitral award.
You had there CTAX Fidelis combine an interview with my colleague Evans Mensa. Now, 3 years ago, the old Agbogboshi onion market was cleared in a major demolition exercise aiming to pave way for a modern health facility under the Agenda 111 initiative. However, the ambitious plans for the 80-acre reclaimed land appear to have stalled, leaving the area in a state of uncertainty. My colleague Sweetie Abochi went there to find out what this current situation is.
The old Agbogboshi onion market and scrapyard, once a bustling hub of activity, now lies in ruins. This site was demolished on July 1st, 2021 as part of the Let's Make Accra Work initiative led by the former Greater Accra Regional Minister, Henry Korte. But 3 years later, what has become of the land and the lives displaced?
Most of my friends have died. Overthinking has killed them. Most of them have taken to drugs, and a few others have gone mad. This is because they can no longer make ends meet and they feel like their lives are retrogressing. No job, no place to lay your head.
Yakubu is one of the victims of the demolition exercise. These scrap dealers maintain that they were not supposed to be parts of the demolition. The shock from the displacement has driven many of Yakubu's friends to madness.
Now this place has been turned into refuse dump, a toilet for the community and breeding grounds for snake and other reptiles.
Now, women in Tolon, Kumbungu, Saviligu and Nantong, all of the northern region, are receiving assistance to develop small-scale irrigation systems, enabling them to grow vegetables all year round. Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin has more in our climate-focused series.
Women tending to their vegetable garden, a daily routine that ensures their crops receive the necessary water to thrive. The water flowing from the dam supplies the garden, where the women collect it from this point to nourish their vegetables. Fatih Ibrahim is one of the beneficiaries.
As soon as dawn breaks, we all hurry to the farm. If we are fortunate, vegetable buyers will show up. And if we have crops like ayoyo, bra, or beans ready, we can harvest and sell them on the spot. This is a privilege we get to enjoy.
Now, the New Patriotic Party and former Deputy Minister of Roads and Highways, Engineer Kwabna Owusu-Ediomi, who previously ran as an independent candidate in the Ajiso by-election, has reconciled to strengthen their unity for the December 2024 elections in the Ashanti region with the NPP. Now, the Ashanti Regional Council of Elders confirmed that Mr. Ediomi has unconditionally rejoined the party, putting past issues behind them.
You know, the NDC had thrown their weight for Ediomi. Members of the NDC who had realized that Ediomi was a very strong factor, some of them might not be able to go back to the NDC because the NDC had voluntarily put them up to join Ediomi for campaign. Once Ediomi becomes a good material to them, they are very assertive of the fact that Ediomi can still represent. When he tells them that now I would want all of us to vote for the NPP, definitely some of them will follow him.
And Ihede Haruna Mohammed is the Deputy General Secretary of the NPP. And before we go, the flag bearer of the new and National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, will engage the media later this morning in Bolgatanga to wrap up his 4-day tour campaign of the Upper East region. I am Mamisi Nyamiche Thompson. Up next is business on the Super Morning Show.
Hey, we see you specking your car, taking that trip, chilling on the beach. Charlie, now we want to see this become your story. Simply use your ABSA card 10 times or more and you'll be entered into a monthly draw where you stand the chance to be among 5 lucky winners to take home 40,000 Ghana cedis. The more you use your card, the more entries you'll receive. Earn an extra entry by using the ABSA app or internet banking 5 times or more. No ABSA card? Don't worry. Visit the nearest branch for an ABSA account or card today and make winning part of your story. Promotion is between 1st July and 31st October. This promotion is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Your story matters. ABSA.
Come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling. Wow. Good job. The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
Say donut. Hey, donut. Everybody follow not sa malaria. A 3D till no not now. Malaria chill. Popo. What mean the day? I want the no not. No. Lonat scatter malaria. Lonat ide scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu hu se malaria wa wumujam ansana wanum Lonat. Na nam yensearch na malaria no daso wo ho a ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair way now open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Anymore, pop quiz. Are you ready?
Hit me.
Can you give me 3 words that start with omni?
Oh, that's easy. Omnibus, omnipotent, omnibus. The bank with a really nice signboard.
Hey, Radzi, you mean omnibisic. OMNIBSIC. Omnibisic. Let me hear you say it.
Omnibisic.
Perfect.
Is that an abbreviation?
Not entirely. And it's not just a bank with nice signboards either. Omnibisic Bank is Ghana's fastest growing bank with innovative banking products and headquarters in Atlantic Tower at Airport City, Accra, as well as 40 branches across the country. Omnibisic Bank has the final word on excellent customer service delivery in Ghana.
Plus, they have the coolest signboard.
Yes, they do. And the coolest name, Omnibisic.
At your service.
Pepsodent, cavity protection.
For 10 times stronger.
This advert is FDA approved.
The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Doctors,
nurses,
barbers,
drivers,
bouncers,
friends,
teachers,
bankers.
You could be the luckiest. You could be the luckiest.
East, west, north, south,
you could be the luckiest. You could be the luckiest.
Accra to Haga.
Let's go.
The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Doctors,
nurses,
barbers,
drivers,
bouncers,
friends,
teachers,
bankers. The luckiest. You could be the luckiest.
Morning.
Good morning, Agbafu.
How you doing?
It's going well.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I mean, how has it been like being a king for
half a week?
Half a week. I saw what the guys did this morning, trying to get you to sit down. You know.
Don't mind those boys. They don't respect you.
This
your sabute is number one. Anyway. Do you have any relatives in England?
In England, yeah, I do. I do have.
Have you checked in on them to see, you know?
Well, interestingly, I haven't checked on them. I suppose they're fine.
Yeah, well, I hope they are.
I suppose they're fine. Yeah, I saw the riots over the weekend.
Yeah. My sister lives there. In fact, both of my sisters happen to be there right now. So yeah, I've been quite worried. But
is she fine? Is she okay?
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, is she worried?
Well, yes, everybody is.
I can imagine.
Yeah, because in these places where the violence has broken out, you never really know, how it's going to start.
Yeah.
You might just be, comfortably walking down the road, and then a bunch of people see you and decide to cause trouble, and you find yourself in a fix. So people are very worried. Some don't even want to leave their homes.
Isn't the reason we should, develop our country and
absolutely right,
make people want to stay in our country and not go elsewhere?
Right. Absolutely right. But it's funny. They say that in a crisis, people show their true selves. And the United Kingdom has been a country that has been so ashamed of racism that they've covered it up with every opportunity they have. They've even overcompensated for it. And, people have had opportunities given to them just in order to avoid, their employers, for example, being called racist.
Yeah.
So some great opportunities have been given to people just in order to push, equality and so forth. But bubbling under the surface is how they really feel.
Yeah. Pent-up feeling.
And it's unfortunate to see it bursting out like this in some of these parts of the country.
Something just has to trigger it, right? Yeah. And in this case, I think it was a stabbing of some 3 children.
That's right.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, by a person who apparently is an immigrant. But, did he stab them because he's an immigrant? Is that why he stabbed them?
And I think that story hasn't been verified. That reporting, there are questions to it. So we don't know if that's what really happened, but that's also no justification to attack others, right?
Absolutely not. Would they be attacking English people if the person who stabbed the kids had been English?
At all. And so it just goes back to what you were saying, that people really are trying to accommodate immigrants, right? And just looking for the next opportunity to,
What a pity. There are some wonderful British people.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful people. But also in there are some racists.
Yeah.
And they are taking the opportunity to show themselves. It's a pity.
It's a pity.
Yeah. Okay, let's get on with it. The 6 a.m. news was brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. And Absa Bank Ghana Limited, your story matters. Time now for the Joy Business Report. And that comes to you thanks to Omni Basic Bank at your service and Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, more than 200 businesses and some individuals risk up to 5 years in prison after Bank of Ghana sanctioned them for persistent issuance of bad checks. Also coming up, cedi expected to gain some respite against the dollar this week after clawing back from losses from last week. Also, government targets end of year to migrate all state institutions onto the GiveMiss platform as it moves to contain expenditure and check budget overruns. Details coming up. Hello to our friends listening from KTU Radio in Koforidua. Hello to all of you listening as well. Let's begin with this one. More than 200 businesses and individuals risk imprisonment of up to 5 years after Bank of Ghana sanctioned them over persistent issuance of bad checks. Here's George Affe with more.
Under the country's laws, persons identified as issuing bad checks are open for prosecutions and fines. But now that these individuals have been identified by the Bank of Ghana, the necessary sanctions taken against them, the state can also go ahead and take additional actions against them in terms of prosecutions. This is despite the Bank of Ghana preventing these individuals and businesses from accessing fresh credit from the banking system for the next 3 years. The central bank has also directed all financial institutions whose customers are involved and notify the corporates of the ban and recall all unused checkbooks from them. They shall not issue new checkbooks to the affected customers until the sanctions are lifted. Apart from what the Bank of Ghana has taken, banks and other financial institutions that have been affected by the actions of these individuals can also take legal action against them.
George Affe starting us off with that report. Meanwhile, the Bank of Ghana is promising to take more tough measures to help restore confidence in checks as an effective medium of payments in the country. Dr. Kwesi Osayeboa is Director of Financial Stability at the Bank of Ghana.
The confidence and trust that people have in accepting check as payment to be very, very low. We've gotten to the point where Bank of Ghana obviously has to act. If I can recall, you'd agree with me, if you go to some jurisdiction, you can walk into a store or a departmental store or grocery shop and buy items and issue a check as payment. But in our case, people wouldn't normally accept it, except they wait for it to clear before they will allow you to take the goods out. So we're monitoring it. The ultimate objective is to restore that confidence and trust in check as a payment instrument.
You had Dr. Kwesi Osayeboa, Director of Financial Stability at the Bank of Ghana. The cedi is expected to gain some respite against the US dollar this week following weakening American greenback over fears of possible recession in the US. The local currency clawed back some losses against major trading currencies on the back of moderating corporate demand pressures. Here's more in this report.
The Bank of Ghana auctioned $20 million to the bulk oil distributing companies at a forward rate of $15.56. Analysts believe this may have helped soften corporate demand. Consequently, the Ghana cedi gained 2.37% and 1.18% week on week versus the pound and the euro, while remaining stable at a mid-rate of $15.88 to the American greenback. Meanwhile, the government of Ghana intends to pay out coupons on the restructured domestic bond worth $6.1 billion this month. Analysts also believe this development could reignite cedi-funded foreign exchange demand as some foreign investors may seek to repatriate funds. This, coupled with the prevailing corporate demand pressure, may pose some depreciation risk on the cedi.
Well, still not looking good on the currency market this morning. The dollar going for 15 cedis at 70 pesos. The British pound 20 cedis 2 pesos. The euro going for 17 cedis 15 pesos. In other news, government is working to bring all state institutions onto the automated online platform for payments in the public sector, GiveMiss. The move is part of several measures to contain spending as we approach the elections. Abnor Sare is Minister of State at the Finance Ministry.
Already we have begun by bringing 285 ministries, departments and agencies that raise their own internally generated funds on GIFMIS so that we have a view of how much money they raise and how it is spent. We are also working to bring on about 500 more of these institutions and agencies. All of this will help check spending outside the GIFMIS such that you do not spend what you don't have. And as part of the reforms too, we are trying as much as possible to digitalize almost at every point where we collect revenues with the Ghana.gov and all the other things that we're trying to put in.
You heard Abnor Sari, she is Minister of State at the Finance Ministry. Now, financial economist Professor Lord Mensah is backing proposals for a review of the country's laws to help improve earnings from crude oil exports. This coming after Bank of Ghana's report showed that Ghana saved $1.2 billion since it started exporting oil in commercial quantities. However, Professor Mensah believes the country could have gotten more if areas of investments were not restricted.
Well, looking at our current situation where prices keeps on going up at the heels of petrol prices going up, I think we may have to relook at, the stabilization fund's usage. For the Heritage Fund, I would say, yes, we're not supposed to be touching it because if you look at the first, half, at least we've been utilizing the stabilization fund, and I think we should continue to do that one way or the other to help us control, petrol prices on our market.
You heard financial economist Professor Lord Mensah. African governments have been urged to mobilize pension funds to finance critical developmental projects. According to Deputy Chief Executive of the Ghana Cocoa Board, Emmanuel Ankra, the cocoa sector does not offer quick returns on investment, and therefore there is the need to rely on less risky finance to accelerate growth. Take a listen.
Is it not possible for us in Africa to mobilize resources between pension fund institutions in Ghana and, for example, pension funds in Nigeria, Liberia, to fund big projects which will open up the African continent for a lot of business opportunities? In the cocoa sector these sectors, they do not offer a yearly return. If you invest your money in cocoa farms, it's going to take on average 2, 3, 4 years before you can start some immediate return. Do you have that patience to put that money in and wait for 2, 3? So for me, there has to be a lot of education, be a lot of reorientation.
Emmanuel Ankra, Deputy Chief Executive in charge of Finance and Administration at Cocoa Board. Now, Chief Executive for Gold Compliance Solutions, James Kwesi Ofori, has emphasized the need for support for small businesses to upscale and become global giants. Ofori made the call after engaging some SMEs and startups in a career and guidance fair organized in partnership with the Conrado Group.
Is to bring together businesses and then we advise them on how to ensure competency in their various fields, and also some of the trainings that we have, the safety trainings that we have, we share it to them, we share the idea to them for them to, those that want to progress their career, to take their career to the next level, and then those that are currently not doing anything and then they currently unemployed, so that they can take advantage of some of these courses whilst we guide them get jobs for themselves.
That was Chief Executive of Gold Compliance Solutions, James Kwesi Ofori. Now, in 2020, Mariama Abubakari's health took a nosedive. She was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition. It was a struggle as autoimmune disorders do not have a cure, but desperate to get her health back, Mariama decided to research and discovered eating healthy could improve her condition. It worked for her. Now she started a business, Simply Green, to promote healthy eating, providing healthy recipes for clients. Here's a story on today's episode of The Joy Business Van.
Hi Joy Business Van, thank you very much for visiting us today. My name is Mariama Abubakari and I am the founder of Simply Green.
Mariama Abubakari is all smiles and bubbly today. But that was not the case 3 years ago when she was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition.
2020, I saw my health take a nosedive. I was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition where your immune system attacks you, the host, instead of working together to protect you. And unfortunately, my pain levels were so high. So the medication I was taking was rather increasing my pain.
Out of desperation, Mariama went on a healing journey. She began to research.
And I discovered that food plays an importance in whatever it is I was going through, because everything I was reading and researching on kept giving me positive feedback that people whose bodies have gone off with such health conditions were able to restore and reduce some of their symptoms with food.
All right, cut the full episode at 1 p.m. right after the Joy Business Report, 5 p.m. on Business Live on the Joy News channel. Let's check the commodity market as we wrap up this morning. Crude oil dropped to $76 a barrel from yesterday's
Under
trading.
the country's laws,
gold
persons
increased by
identified as
almost
issuing that
$5.
checks are open for
To open
prosecutions and
trading.
fines.
Apologies
But none
for
of
that.
these individuals have been identified by.
Okay, that's fixed now. Crude oil dropped to $76 a barrel from yesterday's trading. Gold increased by almost $5 to open trading at $2,395 an ounce. Cocoa open trading at $6,770 a ton after gaining $94. And that's it for the Joy Business Report. It's back to Kojo with more of a super morning show. I think we were trying to play something for your grand entry, and it didn't really work out. So it was supposed to say Nana Bo.
Let's calm ourselves with the pomp and pageantry. Yeah. All right. Okay. So I've got a really good one here. So our inspirational song today.
Okay.
It's actually by Sarkodie featuring Obrafo.
Okay, what song is that?
Produced by Jam Master J. I don't think your choir has sung this one before. It's called Hope.
Hope.
If Baumia becomes president and he becomes a driver, Napo becomes a mate. He can't be talking anyhow to a driver.
I can tell you that Otunfo spoke in Proverbs to a wise child. And what he spoke in Proverbs, he expects his grandson to understand.
Okay. You are singing everything. I can see the whole song. If we start copywriting like certain phrases and things, we can be traced back to them. But I'm going to sue the Holy Spirit.
We live in a world where without money, you cannot move.
Okay.
So the earlier we all accept this reality and stop being hypocritical, love, or no bear man or cry, or you don't know
if you have the option to choose a PhD in Ghana and an American passport, what will be your choice?
So you are expecting me to sit here and say I'll choose PhD over a foreign passport. Why would I want to do that? In this Ghana and in this economy.
It's not your original source. You are looking at having seconds and someone else.
If Baumia becomes president and he becomes a driver, Napo becomes a mate. He can't be talking anyhow to a driver.
I can tell you that Otunfo spoke in Proverbs to a wise child. And what he spoke in Proverbs, he expects his grandson to understand.
Okay. You are singing everything. I can see the whole song. If we start copywriting like certain phrases and things, we can be traced back to them. But I'm going to sue the Holy Spirit.
We live in a world where without money, you cannot move.
Okay.
So the earlier we all accept this reality and stop being hypocritical, love, or no bear man or cry, or you don't know
if you have the option to choose a PhD in Ghana and an American passport, what will be your choice?
So you are expecting me to sit here and say I'll choose PhD over a foreign passport. Why would I want to do that? In this Ghana and in this economy.
It's not your original source. You are looking at having seconds and someone else.
If Baumia becomes president and he becomes a driver, Napo becomes a mate. He can't be talking anyhow to a driver.
I can tell you that Otumfuo spoke in Proverbs to a wise child. And what
will that brighter day meet you in somebody else's country, or will you be back home? Hello, Ray.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
I hope you are doing well.
I'm all right. I think I'm doing better than those who are locked in their homes in fear of their lives because of all the riots and violence in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, I feel big manso issues sometimes. It's you know,
and you know,
I was asking some people whether even with all of this they will finally give up and say, no, this is not my country, I'm going back home. Even the older ones were telling me, oh, so now it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, after some time it gets harder and harder. I lived there for over a decade, almost 14 years. Trust me when I say coming home is not easy. In fact, I put it off for as long as I could.
So as if you are starting your life all over again.
Absolutely. It's not easy. And you see, it's a cycle. You get into it. You have to work to pay your bills, to work to pay your bills, to work to pay your bills. And if you stop it for, any significant amount of time,
it appears you're exposed.
Indeed. So it is a tough decision to just pack up and leave. Also, sometimes, I can imagine the indignation of those who are victims of this, because they are working to contribute to that economy. They are doing jobs that indigents don't wish to do. They are toiling, and they are mostly law-abiding. So it must be frustrating to know that you are an asset, but to be treated like a liability,
Generally, when people feel that what makes them slightly comfortable or social systems are eroding, they find people to blame. First, they will look to the people who are actually causing the harm. But if that grouping is too powerful, like government, they look to the next person to them. Then starts, like South Africans felt it was other Africans who were their problem. And that who are taking the jobs and they're not getting jobs to do, so we'll go and kill the guy and take over everything that he has anyway. So those are simmering tensions. And also, we should not dismiss, this is even pre-Brexit time. There's a lot of rhetoric. In fact, the UK had to do hate speech laws because of some of these things. A lot of it, predominantly led by politicians. That really evoked some emotion. I could hear people discuss that. That emotion was part of the reason why they voted Brexit. Because anybody who reviewed some of the arguments made before and after Brexit will know that there was no sense in making that decision. It has no legal, proper thinking behind it. It was just the same hate within being pushed out in ways compounded by social factors. And again, even in our country, it happens sometimes. We sometimes inflame, be it ethnic, be it religious sentiments. We do it, and we do it for sometimes partisan political purposes.
Absolutely.
But what we forget is that with advancement, some people can move beyond that. Others, it stays with them.
Yeah.
So the person that I've been living with for 20 years now becomes an enemy merely because I've been told they were enemies some 100 or 50 years ago.
It's a pity. It's a pity. If you look, there's racism everywhere, but there has always been a certain difference between the racism you encounter in the United Kingdom and in, say, the United States.
True.
Okay, so in the United States, it's brazen. In the parts of that country where there are racists, it's brazen. I mean, the police will just shoot you because of the color of your skin. People will, they see you with children and you are a black person and they'll report you to the police just for that. It's brazen, open. In the UK, it was always subtle. It was always hidden. In fact, they were so concerned about being called racist that they would overcompensate by giving opportunities to people of minority groups that they sometimes didn't even deserve, just so nobody would say they were racist. But incidents like this make the bad ones really take over and show their horrible character in a way that is really distasteful. We'll talk more about it as the show goes on, but we've got lots to do. Let's get on with it.
Exactly, and so let's look at the Drive Safe campaign brought to us by Joy News and the Multimedia Group and supported by Toyota Superior Quality and Imperial General Assurance Solid Protection. Just keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. You have to avoid all distractions around this time. I know there are many of you who, enjoy driving and texting. Please don't do that. And a lot of people believe that it's an indication that you're a good driver. You're not. Okay.
Imagine.
Yes.
You are being distracted.
Exactly.
In fact, it is unlawful for you to do that.
Yeah. Exactly. Very, very unlawful.
Yeah. Let's now learn how to say it right. It's brought to you by Kingdom Books. Kingdom quality and affordability are their hallmarks. And Societe Generale Bank Ghana. The future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
Each time it rains, I find myself praying nobody gets washed away in the floods. Thank goodness, so far this season, nothing has gone awry. Awry. Another commonly mispronounced English word. I often hear people say awry when they mean to say awry. A-W-R-Y, awry, deviating from a course or plan. It's an adverb that traces its origins back to the late 14th century. There are two words here, which means on, as in atop, above, etc., and wry, which means twisted, crooked, or on one side. Awry, in turn, comes from the Old English word Rhygian, which means to turn, bend, or move. By the way, Rhygian is also the source of the word wriggle. And there's your little etymology lesson for the day. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and may none of your plans go awry. Yeah, awry.
Yeah.
Not Ori.
Not Irie.
Certainly not Irie Selassie. Okay, let's get into the news review brought to us by Access Bank, more than banking.
Now, let me start with the Daily Graphic, and it's reporting this morning. Economic growth favors the rich. ISA demands income redistribution. And, of course, we've been serializing the 2024 mid-year budget review. And here's a picture of Professor Peter Corte here, director at ISA. Says the country's economic figures stand in sharp contrast with the daily economic hardships faced by we, the citizens. The ISA has observed. It said, although the country's total income distributed per person, also known as per capita income, increased by some 386 from 1,979 in 2016 to 2,365 in 2023. The institutes of the opinion that there is still sharp inequality in the Republic of Ghana. So you, the rich, you are the ones who are reflecting in this change in per capita income. We, the masses, are not feeling the change. This has caused trouble in some countries. In fact, it has contributed to a breakdown of law of order elsewhere. When a grouping in a country feel that the economic figures always touted, that's not reflecting their reality. And to many of us in the Republic of Ghana, that is how it's been. Let's not get it wrong. Even when we have halved poverty between 92 and 2016, you get what I'm trying to say? Big statistic. We were very happy that we did that. We pushed almost 900,000 more, predominantly in the now 5 regions of the north, into poverty, which is something we should be very, very concerned about. Of course, over the years, we have sought to use things like LEAP to deal with extreme poverty and all of that. But we need to do what ISA says, income redistribution, so that at least we are not saying make all of us billionaires and millionaires and make us live in East Legon, but let's survive like others are surviving.
What are some of the means of redistributing income?
As in fair taxation systems. So, Winston & Co., smart, rich people know how to avoid taxes. Some of us, the incidents, every corner I pass, you feel the tax. You get a point. That's a way of making sure that the system is fair to everybody. It's progressive, that's progressive taxation. So don't introduce plenty taxes which only the poor pays, because they have to be compliant, because they don't have the schemes, they don't have the accountants, they don't have the competent lawyers to be able to avoid, and let the people on the other side get all the tax reliefs because they know the schemes, they know the systems that allows that to happen. That is one way of ensuring. Again, making sure that there are safety nets, true, not partisan safety nets, true and proper safety nets that actually we all can access. That's also a very important one. So that when you say that you are giving people support by way of how to start business and all of that, it is not only people who are connected to political parties who can get it, but the person who also needs support so that they can lift themselves out of poverty will be able to access these same facilities. They can do business on their own or improve their livelihoods with some of these things.
Should we be taking the opportunity to examine some of our social interventions, if in spite of them we still have such inequality in wealth? Should we start re-examining things like the NHIA and free SHS? Like, what are the outcomes, and why are the outcomes not bridging the gap?
In 2011, the Social Services Network with the World Bank did a thorough national study, looking at virtually all of them. One of the major recommendations he gave at the time was that, first of all, remove all subsidies on this so-called fuel. It was not targeting the right people. It was a time that they said our best targeted program was LEAP. That's 2011. Our best targeted program was LEAP. Because again, even though some rich people were pretending to put their family members on their list, some poor people got access to LEAP, and it helped them, at the time was 40 cedi or so, to survive and to be able to still ask their kids to go to school. And all of them were reviewed and properly aligned. I don't know, this 2011. I don't know whether there's a more recent review of our social safety net programs to improve the lot of because they are better off having a standard of living that will not make them cause chaos.
You see, so the whole idea of the this whole premix fuel thing, we're taxing consumption of diesel and super that we call it, and then using the savings to actually do what? To actually support fishermen in these areas by way of subsidizing. Unfortunately, after taxing these products, we sent these funds, give it to party operatives. They did not only increase the prices, but sometimes also hoard it from the very people that they're supposed to give them to. So that's a problem. That in itself tells you that the scheme is problematic. Because fuel also is consumed by everybody. So you cannot target fuel, as in diesel and super, to say you're going to cushion those fishermen. Because the other people who are in other deprived areas, who are struggling, would need to move from one place to the other. And transport fares, as we've come to know it, one of the major determinants is fuel prices. So that in itself was problematic. I still think that that particular thing is problematic. Some have looked at, the leap that you talk about. So they've looked at, welfare systems where there'll be transfer of money, funds to people as a way of income redistribution. LEAP, as is currently being implemented, if improved upon, is a perfect way of going about it. But also, one of the things we could have done was to look at the reasons why many of these people find themselves in the positions in which they are. Many of them would want to engage in jobs that they cannot get. But if they were to leave this country and go to other countries, they're able to get these jobs. However, the thing is this: where you're able to improve working conditions and as a result create jobs in a community, that community is able to export jobs. When I say they export jobs, it means that people are going to come to these communities and work. When they come into these communities and work, the people of the communities are able to engage in what you call the provision of services. That in itself creates jobs for them. And so one of the things that, reasons I supported the creation of new regions was that in itself was going to lead to more people moving to some of these areas, because they're going to be creating new
regional capitals.
You're going to be creating new coordinating councils. Automatically, you force certain private sector service providers to move to these areas. Unfortunately, it's not happened.
Yeah. Well, maybe the last one I should add to this, because you are still talking about what they call it, safety net programs. Amend NHIA Act for efficient NHIS. Dr. Dr. Da Costa Abuache is actually the CEO of the NHIS. He's the one saying so. Basically, what he's saying is that, yes, please don't put the money, in all fairness, into that big bottomless hole called consolidated fund.
Just give it directly to them.
I will struggle to get releases. Then the people, because releases are not coming to the service providers, they also cut corners. Give the monies directly to us. A country that has about 8 billion raised from NHIS and related ones will have the NHIS getting about 2 billion. So what happens to 6 billion anyway? And it rolls on virtually every year. So we think the system is not working, but because somebody is refusing to introduce or give them all the money.
The problem is that a lot of the transfers that go to NHIA is from SNITs. They are able to transfer them because they don't have to route it through the consolidated fund.
But the consolidated fund one
is huge. In fund accounting, you have this fund clearly said this is how much they need. Give it to them. Anyway, let me get to the Ghanaian Times. We'll come back to this. At Maiden Town Hall meeting in Accra, government touts economy's recovery, says despite challenges, economy grows by $20 billion. Inflation drops from 54% in 2022 to 22% as of June 2024. It was at that same meeting that Mohammed Amin Adams was apologizing. Inside, there's a recruitment into the security services. You may want to check that. Uphold principles of founding fathers to propel national growth and development. Dr. Bamia. Election 2024 campaign, I'll consider Kusau region. That's according to John Dramani Mahama. That's around the Boku Zabila area. Government bans lease of public lands by public institutions and individuals. It's also on the front page of the Ghanaian Times.
Now, the Daily Guide says, I'll preserve traditions, custom. That's Dr. Baumia, and he's with Odinho Kwafo Akoto III, Akwamu, the paramount chief there, and 3 HRALC bishops jailed for contempt. And HRALC is Holy Apostolic Reformed Church. They've been sentenced to 5 days imprisonment for contempt of court. Bishops. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's do the online review, and it's brought to us this morning by our very good friends at Zenith Bank in your best interest, and Goyle Good Energy Goyle in our area.
So for your Zenith Visa card keeps giving. Fly Qatar Airways and get up to 12% off your ticket when you use your Zenith Visa card. Simply pay for your Qatar Airways ticket using your Zenith Visa card and travel at a discounted price. Enjoy great savings with your Zenith Visa card. Offer lasts till the 30th of November 2024. Visit zenithbank.com.gh for terms and conditions and the link to register to enjoy this exciting offer. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Now, keep going with good energy and enjoy quality choices all over Ghana. Whether you're in Accra or Kumasi, Bogatanga or Cape Coast, or in any other place in between, fuel up with the best at any of our GOIL stations near you. Keep your engines running with good energy. Only from GOIL. GOIL, good energy. GOIL, Jenayedia.
All right, great stories on myjoyonline.com, including Dr. Sekou Nkrumah saying that Akufo-Addo is caught up in the emotions of the past in this Nkrumah founder debate. All right, let's go now for the BBC News, and that's brought to us by Fidelity Bank, believe with us, and Old Mutual, 10 years of greatness in Ghana, here for a lifetime.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Do you want a healthy smile?
Are you concerned about your child's dental health? Hi, I'm Tanya from Bethel Dental Clinic, Ghana. We believe in establishing good oral hygiene habits early is essential for your child's long-term dental health. Baby teeth, also called primary teeth or milk teeth, will fall out and be replaced by permanent teeth starting at around 6 years old. So it's tempting to think that primary teeth are not important, but in reality, those baby teeth are very important. Your child's first dental visit will include a complete exam, cleaning, and a fluoride treatment to protect the teeth. Your dental office should ensure that your child's dental visit is comfortable, gentle, and welcoming. Schedule your first dental visit today and give them the gift of a lifetime of healthy smiles.
Healthy smile.
Goyle, anytime, anywhere. From Wa to Tumu, Navrungo to Bolgatanga, Tamale to Salaga, it's Goyle. Nkuranza to Banda, Kumasi to Abwasi, Tadi to Cape, Orokodo, Tema to Ho, Accra, and all over Ghana. Goyle brings you quality choices. Fuel up at any Goyle station near you. Goyle, good energy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I found a partner I can trust, solid protection that will last. Purple and gold you can hold and lean on. Can't nobody give solid protection like we do it now. Imperial General Assurance, we won't let you down. We won't let you. Can't nobody give solid protection like we do it now. Imperial General Assurance, solid protection.
Imperial General Assurance, solid protection.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of the Zenith SME business card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302 680-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
Of being without gainful employment, even into your advancing years. We're looking at changing attitudes to retirement and when and if you do it.
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Coming up after the news from the BBC World Service, it's Hard Talk with me, Stephen Saka. Hundreds of Kenyan police are now patrolling the streets of Port-au-Prince in the latest international effort to stabilize Haiti. It's hard not to be skeptical about the likely impact. 80% of the capital is controlled by armed gangs. 5 million Haitians are experiencing food insecurity. My guest is Haiti's interim Prime Minister, Gary Conille, tasked with steering his country to free and fair elections within 18 months. Is that a definition of mission impossible?
Haiti is not the 200 gangs. Haiti is the 12 million people that have been through all sorts of stress and that are fighting desperately to see how they can improve their lives.
That's Haiti's interim Prime Minister, Gary Conille, on Hard Talk after the news.
Hello, I'm Govinda Gill with the BBC News. The Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has made his first appearance as Kamala Harris's running mate in the race for the White House, describing their Republican opponents as weird as hell. Mr. Walz used his speech at a rally in Philadelphia to recount his small-town upbringing, career as a teacher, time in the military, and attack his Republican opponent, J.D. Vance.
Like all regular people I grew up with in the heartland, J.D. studied at Yale, had his career funded by Silicon Valley billionaires, and then wrote a bestseller trashing that community. Come on! That's not what middle America is. And I gotta tell you, I can't wait to debate the guy.
Israel has repeated that it intends to kill Yahya Sinwar, who's been named as the new political leader of Hamas in Gaza. He's taken over from Ismail Haniyeh, who was assassinated in Iran last week. Hugo Bachega has more.
Iran and Hezbollah congratulating Yahya Sinwar for this nomination. Many here seeing this as a sign of defiance because he was obviously the leader of Hamas in Gaza. Now he is the leader of Hamas, replacing Ismail Haniyeh, who was assassinated in Tehran. So he's consolidating his power over Hamas. Obviously, he was one of the masterminds of the October the 7th attacks on Israel. And we also had reaction from Israel saying that this was another sign of the need to kill Yahya Sinwar and also to destroy Hamas.
Student leaders will hold meetings with political parties in Bangladesh later to discuss the makeup of the new interim government after the Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina, was ousted on Monday. There are continuing reports of sporadic looting and violence. Archana Shukla has the latest.
Its parliament dissolved, the tension caused by the power vacuum in Bangladesh continues for a second day. The country's top police chief has been replaced overnight. Police forces have been absent from the streets, with students seen managing the traffic. Reports on social media suggest that immigration police are not allowing high-profile people, including former ministers and government officers, to leave the country. This morning, streets in the capital Dhaka are busier than usual, with schools, colleges and offices open. There were some reports of vandalism, looting and violence yesterday in remote areas outside the capital city.
4 hotel workers in the US state of Wisconsin have been charged with the murder of a black man who suffocated after being restrained. Devontae Mitchell had been dragged out of the Hyatt Hotel in Milwaukee after a confrontation with staff. They held him down for about 9 minutes. The incident has drawn comparisons with the murder of George Floyd in 2020. World News from the BBC. Elon Musk's social media platform X is suing a group of major companies for allegedly conspiring to boycott the site. The lawsuit claims they breached US competition laws and deprived the firm of billions of dollars in advertising revenue. Unilever and Mars are among those X says coordinated a pause in spending. The maker of the UK's coins, the Royal Mint, has begun extracting gold from electronic waste. The company has built a large industrial plant in Wales to remove the precious metal from old circuit boards. The gold is initially being used to craft jewellery and will eventually be turned into commemorative coins. Leighton John is a senior director at the Mint.
We're hoping to process over 4,000 tonnes of e-waste annually. 4,000 tonnes of e-waste is around 40,000 pallets of e-waste. So it's not a small operation. It's a significant piece of work with real benefits for the UK, where traditionally e-waste is shipped overseas. We're keeping it in the UK, we're keeping those elements in the UK for us to use.
The veteran South African actor Connie Chiume has died. She was 72. In her later career, Connie Chiume appeared in Marvel's Black Panther films and Beyoncé's Disney musical film based on The Lion King. The award-winning actor rose to fame in the late 1980s when she appeared in a popular South African television series. Police in Australia have charged a man for allegedly stealing nearly $400,000 worth of limited edition Bluey coins. Bluey is a hugely popular Australian children's TV show about a cartoon puppy. A large number of the coins were stolen from a warehouse in Sydney last month. The man who's been charged is believed to have worked at the facility. He's accused of selling the coins online. The police operation that led to his arrest was named Strike Force Bandit, a reference to Bluey's father in the show. BBC News.
Welcome to Hard Talk.
My buddy, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling. Oh, you go work, but you know it's out in your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out in your side. And when you dream, no say I live by you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do, I live for you. Fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I lay your side, fidelity.
Choboy! We have a new leader in town. Obiarentie. Amafo. Madam was Sibebre. When him say my baby, maybe more charcoal for whiter teeth. More charcoal. Not only that, maybe lemon. More lemon. Zinc for fresher breath. More zinc. And fluoride for stronger teeth.
Introducing the new President Charcoal packed with more power with a combination of charcoal and lemon for naturally whiter teeth. Grab yours now. This advert is FDA approved.
Enhance your business operations with the HP Color LaserJet 150 NW printer. You can print, copy, and scan up to 19 pages per minute with high-quality mobile scans or customizable shortcuts in the HP Smart app that delivers effortless use from wherever you work so you can focus on growing your business. Take advantage of its Wi-Fi direct printing and intuitive touchscreen, which are both designed to simplify your day. With the HP Color LaserJet 150 NW printer, experience fast and easy setups and improved overall printing efficiency with a 20,000 page duty cycle built to keep you and your business secure and moving forward with embedded security that is pre-configured out of the box to detect and stop attacks. The HP Color LaserJet 150 NW printer is available at all Kompu Ghana stores. Visit CompuGhana.com or call 0302 752 020 for more information.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
As I want a suspect, when you pay as a bit. I did that like you know, so how far then?
Kenata. Oh, yeah, and that one, some of your neighbor.
Could you? I don't understand the song. Have you seen his video that he's current? I think he was in France last week or so, and he posted this video that his French mademoiselle had been advising him to take French seriously, and he never listened. Now he's in France. He gets down from his hotel, and he's told that breakfast is over. So he walks up to this woman, a French woman, who starts speaking a lot of French
because he said bonjour.
Bonjour. The woman speaks a lot of French. He was lost. All he said, okay, merci. Then he left. He comes back to his room. Then later on in the day, he goes down. He meets this Nigerian guy. He said, make una can't help me now. Make we speak French. Speak French to the woman for me. He said, I'm French. He cannot speak French. Yeah. He runs away. Then this Nigerian guy comes and says, he's going to speak French. Believing that the guy, all the time he was speaking to this woman, no. He was speaking French. But he only said bonjour.
And merci.
Merci.
Beginning and the end.
Beginning and the end.
Kofi Kenata. What a character. Goodness. His talent is immense. Immense. I have such respect for him. And of course, this is from his latest EP, which has some really great music on it, by the way. You guys need to spend some time on it and listen to a few of those tracks. It's called Kofi Kofi.
Very well.
All right, well, it's the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Later today, Nana Makeson the first joins us for a conversation. You know who that is, Raymond?
No.
Nana Makeson the first. That's the stool name for Charlotte Osei, Safohin of the Nkum number 4 Asafo group. Yes, she joins us for a conversation. As chair of the planning committee for the Uba Fetu Afashe. She's been very busy. In fact, she's been spending quite a lot. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I haven't even noticed. Anyway, she's been very busy making regular trips to Cape Coast, but she's actually made a big commitment to being a strong and important part of the traditional setup in Cape Coast, and there's a reason for it. I think we can explore those reasons with her when she comes. And by the way, this is all in anticipation of a big interview, personality profile with Lexis Bill on Thursday, where she, reveals quite a lot of interesting things about her career and some of the stuff that she got up to while she was chair of the Electoral Commission. So, interesting conversation.
Yeah, interesting conversation with Nana Makeson the first, with Nana Kojo the first.
Nana Kojo Insenyi.
Okay. Both Asafohin Nyadema.
That's right.
Okay. Anyway, but also coming up this morning, we have a very great conversation. I can't wait for that conversation between the two Safohins. It'll be a nice one.
Yeah.
It'll be a nice one.
Indeed. But we've got other things to talk about this morning. We're very concerned about what's happening in the United Kingdom and even in Nigeria, where, riots are hitting the streets for different reasons. But both reasons actually quite relevant to our way of life here in Ghana. So we need to really examine them and try and understand what's happening with the large number of immigrants, Ghanaians who are immigrants in the United Kingdom, and how they are affected by what's going on. And of course, as Nigerians hit the streets expressing their displeasure at some of the aspects of their governance, how likely is such a reprisal to happen in Ghana? Things to talk about.
No, it'll be interesting to me. In all fairness, we are not saying what's happening in Nigeria is going to happen in Ghana for the avoidance of that. But it will be completely unreasonable for anybody to look at Kenya, to look at Nigeria, and say we cannot learn lessons from that. Because I know that the group that Voma was part of had planned some long 1 month demonstration that did not happen. Was it last year or so? They said it was Christmas time. People were making merry. They're actually planning another one. Oh, okay. So, see, let's not take for granted the grievances of the people. Let's make sure that as a state we're able to prepare. But continentally, if young people feel that the governance systems and structures available are not meeting their needs, they'll push for it. Because those days where they had to be writing letters to other people to know what's happening, those pen pal days are over. Today, with just their phone, they know what's happening all over the world.
Yeah.
They know the standards that others are delivering that they want to. So they are no longer going to settle for substandard systems and all substandard, what they call it, deliveries and all of it and everything related to that. We need to be able to manage expectations that will be able to deliver to our people. It's sensible, it's relevant. We need to be able to understand how our people feel. We need to know that they have fears about their future, and we need to be able to work it out nicely. And I'm happy I heard the finance minister apologizing for domestic debt. I think it's a wonderful step in the right direction. Leadership to start feeling the pains of the people. When they say they are in economic crisis or cost of living crisis, understand and help alleviate them. Do not dismiss it because you are enjoying.
You see, Raymond, years ago I was taking a course in insurgency. And one of the things that were very
You wanted to be an insurgent.
I wanted to understand.
The way you say you're taking a course.
I wanted to understand. I wanted to understand that. Because, you see...
Insurgency 101.
Yes.
They didn't teach you how to make Molotov cocktails.
Most of the times, we actually see... you see how we tag insurgents, even right here. But this is the point. These are people who attempt to reverse an asymmetrical relationship in society.
That's true.
And it could be in diverse forms.
That's true.
Okay? They may resort to weapons, which no longer works today. But today, people resort to street protest.
And I'm not even interrupting you. In 2011, when all of this Arab Spring started happening, there's an article that I read, The Democratization of Influence. It is easier to reach people information today. It is easier to organize today. You don't have to see me. You have to go from room to room, house to house to go and do some of these things. And it makes it easier for people to come together for collective causes.
Exactly. So the moment people find out, and there's something around which they can group or gather, they would gather around that thing and start a process. What is that process they would start? They would start a process aimed at reversing what they believe is not right.
Injustice,
where if they believe that the economy is hard, and yet people are enjoying, and the people who are supposed to be helping to improve their conditions are the ones enjoying. And this actually brings into focus Kweku Kwating's statement.
That's true.
Now, Kweku Kwating is urging politicians to come to the table.
It's just unsustainable.
And realize that they've made a mistake. So for me, of course, I love my country. Nobody would want anything that would disrupt the country that we're in. But I say that our people say, "Unia about you say she I know what sense you see with you."
Now it's for teaching.
Look, it is time we had a major conversation about Ghana's economy. It's time. We've talked about budget deficit not exceeding 5% of GDP. But in times of emergency and disaster, we can set it aside, suspend it. Is it about time we put a ceiling, for instance, on how much we can even borrow? The budget deficit is something that will control it. Seems to, looks like a ceiling, but unfortunately, we found ways and means by accounting differently. And in the past, we have set aside other things. Energy sector debts are not part of it. And so we go in there and we leave it. But it's about time we all realize that we cannot continue the same way and expect different results. One of the best counterinsurgency strategies was what Britain used in Asia, where people were talking about amenities and all of that, and they started providing them. So the very things that people talk about are the things you must start addressing. And so today, let all of us realize we cannot be talking big without putting in place structures that correct the very things that we've done previously.
And I agree with you. Kojo, just one last point. I hear politicians campaigning ahead of elections. I'm not hearing them say, listen, we have identified this to be the biggest problems in this republic. This is how we are targeting and dealing with them to make sure that the problems we've recently had will never get to that point again. I'm not hearing the forceful declarations in this direction. I'm not hearing the never again conversations that are supposed to be had by these people and the commitments. I don't know whether we need them to sign declarations that, for example, we will never do domestic debt exchange in this republic or any form of debt exchange at all. Government will not take us this low ever. And we're still talking about the ceilings we can put in place to make sure that some of these, of course, it says proposing similar things. But we need the people who are campaigning, who are more likely to be the next set of leaders, to equally commit to this process. Because I suspect they think it's business as usual. When the world has moved in a different direction, they appear not to get, they are not waking up to smell the coffee properly. And they are still swimming in the same, I will train Kojo and his friends 1,000 in coding. I will train you to go and also build something. This one will also be saying all the things that they are saying. But I am not so sure whether they are in touch with the realities that the people are actually talking about, the pains that the people are feeling, and the things that ought to be done immediately to alleviate those things.
It's an important point you make. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but really, of the two front runners in the next election, neither of them has really connected yet with the people at their point of need. Neither of them has really demonstrated an actual, actionable, workable solution long-term to our problems. They have promised that there is a solution, right? But they've simply said, vote for me and I will be the solution. They haven't really demonstrated or committed to things that will ensure we never get back here, which means that there is yet to be hope. For the average voter, there is yet to be hope. If you are supporting someone or hoping for them to win, it's just automatic loyalty. It's not because they have actually proved to you that your life will be better in the next 4 years. You see, so in the next 4 years, what will actually happen? 2 years from now, let's not even talk about the full term of whoever wins the next election. Halfway into it, what will be happening in this country? Look how hard things are today. If they don't improve 2 years from now, what will the average Ghanaian be willing to do? Will we be at the point where the poor are ready to eat the rich? So are we actually walking into an election which almost absolutely guarantees that inevitably we will hit the streets? Is that what we're faced with? I sincerely hope not. But it's your view that counts. I want to hear you. So use the hashtag JoySMS and share your thoughts with us. What's happening in Nigeria? Could it happen in Ghana? Can we prevent it from happening in Ghana? Is there any hope from these coming elections?
Joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the super morning show. Yeah. Wake up to joy.
Now, in these times of high electricity tariffs, Build Freeze Solar Hybrid Air Conditioners is the air conditioner that you need to save you on the cost of electricity. Build Freeze Solar Hybrid Air Conditioners cools your building comfortably with very low energy consumption. Now, the amazing part is that the air conditioners are built with the latest German technology that gives you 80% more savings on electricity bills for using your traditional air conditioners, compared to using your traditional air conditioners. Build Free Solar Hybrid Air Conditioners comes with a 6-year warranty and free after-sales service for a year. Please call them on 053 1100 915. That's 053 1100 915. Build Freeze, cooling for the people at lower electricity billing.
So do you have a game-changing, innovative business idea or project that can impact society? This is your moment. Total Energies presents the 4th edition of the Startup of the Year Challenge, and this year we're looking for 3 winners. The best entrepreneur, also known as the InnovUp winner, the best project or innovative business idea, exemplifying recycling and minimizing waste, the Cycle Up winner, and the best project promoting or relating to sustainable and affordable energies, the Power Up winner. And that's not all. 4 additional projects in the Power Up category will be selected by an international jury. Don't wait any longer. Apply now at startup.totalenergies.com for your chance to win financial support, professional mentorship, and a spotlight for your project. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, PAPS, is now live at Fidelity Bank. Imagine sending money to your loved ones or business partners across Africa. And this is happening instantly. And this is happening in Ghana cities. Don't wait for days of transactions to clear. No more expensive fees. This is just fast, secure, and affordable payments. PAPS is here, and Fidelity Banks make sending money through PAPS very, very easy. Visit any Fidelity Bank branch and start sending money across Africa instantly, securely, and affordably. I'm talking about Nigeria. Nigeria can still send money there. Gambia, Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
Now, if it's football you want, DSTV has it all. All the leagues, all the cups, all the matches live in HD. Watch Mo Kudus at West Ham or Kylian Mbappe at Real Madrid all day, all night. No matter what bouquet you're on, you get to watch football. Renew your subscription today. Dial *759# and follow the prompts. This season promises to be exciting. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
So, every time we eat food and sugars are trapped between our teeth, leading to tooth decay, gum disease, and in some cases foul breath. Well, brushing your teeth every morning and night with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter gives your teeth the protection they need, leaving you with 10 times stronger teeth. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter is fortified with fluoride and microcalcium ingredients. Why is it that whenever we all get here, we pause?
Not all of us.
Yes. You pause before a reason. Don't say when we get here, we pause.
Safari.
No, he's obviously human being.
Sealing tiny and invisible holes in your teeth. Now, this prevents cavities and keeps your teeth strong and mouth healthy. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, maximum cavity protection, 10 times stronger teeth, 25 years of educating to brush day and night. Pepsodent is recommended by the Ghana Dental Association. You can get Pepsodent at any shop near you. Call our customer care center on toll-free 0800 2030. Always remember to brush your teeth in the morning and before you sleep at night. Pepsodent, every smile matters.
So where are you headed? Are you going shopping at the mall or buying fuel for your vehicle? Are you enjoying your favorite meal at a restaurant or getting home essentials at your favorite shop? Or you are shopping online for the things you need? Wherever you go, whatever you are doing, do it with SG Visa Card. SG Visa Card is your best option to make payments for goods and services online or anywhere with a point of sale machine. Enjoy a world of amazing opportunities available with the SG Visa Card. Go about your business anywhere in Ghana with the comfort and security of your money being available to you always. Make your life easy and use your SG Ghana Visa Card today. To find out more, call 0302 214 314. SG Ghana. The future is you.
All right, if you're wondering where to hold your strategy planning meetings, your board sessions, or your staff retreats, well, there's only one place. It's Safari Valley Resort. And look, if you haven't seen this place yet, you haven't seen the best of Ghana yet. Think of green, serene environment, accessibility, and the meeting room capacity. Perfect. They've got a flow and layout of space that is just designed for your events. Room flexibility, quality of equipment, staff, and of course, first-class catering services. Then, look, it's got to be Safari Valley Resort as your number one choice. Call Safari Valley Resort on 0596 914 394. Safari Valley, bringing you closer to nature.
So Toyota has expanded its vehicle lineup with 3 new models, and we're introducing the all-new Toyota Vitz, a stylish, highly fuel-efficient A-segment passenger car with a compact design suitable for urban travel. For safety, has a wireless door lock, an ultra-modern anti-theft system, and an ISOFIX child-resistant system. Then the Toyota Urban Cruiser, the C-segment crossover SUV, features a robust design, advanced technology like a 3-spoke urethane steering wheel, a 4.2 TFT touchscreen audio display with a USB, Apple CarPlay or Android audio connectivity, Then comes the all-new and luxurious Toyota Land Cruiser 250 Prado. Raymond Aqua, those cutting-edge features.
The prophetic one.
Yes, like jam-protected power windows, an audio, telephone, and voice recognition, steering switch, a UV-cut sun and moon roof, an ultra-modding immobilizer, and matched off-road capabilities, and a strong presence inviting you to embrace adventure and luxury like never before. These 3 new additions to the Toyota range aim to provide the best value for your peace of mind motoring and uphold Toyota Ghana's commitment to offering the best vehicle purchase and ownership experience. Whether you're navigating the city, embarking on an adventure, or setting luxury, Toyota Ghana has a vehicle to meet your needs. Visit Toyota Ghana's branches in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takrade, Takwa, Tamale, or call 0302 910 204 for the unique Toyota experience. Toyota, superior quality.
Now let's help you check your dream locations off your bucket list. Make your travel dreams a reality with Access Bank. Our aviation and hospitality desk is designed with you in mind. Let's help you book and pay for your tickets and secure travel insurance. Now, whether it's a tropical escape or a visit to family, Access Bank has you covered. Avoid the hassle. Book your next flight with Emirates, South African Airlines, Air Peace, or Africa World Airline through Access Bank. Our 55 branch network gives you convenience, easy payments, and security. Also, pay for your Qatar Airways flight with Access Bank Visa card and enjoy up to 12% off. 12%. Now, well, I mean, yeah, Africa.visa.com is where you should go right now to go and register if you want that 12% off of booking the flight on Qatar Airways. Now visit our website also, ghana.accessbankplc.com, or call our toll-free number 0800 004400 for more information and assistance. Access Bank, more than banking.
Much more than banking. All right, now don't forget to go to kingdomstoreonline.com for the very best quality office essentials, equipment, furniture, and stationery from Kingdom Books. Very affordable prices that you can pay by Momo across all networks, and you get free delivery if you're in Accra or Tema. Terms and conditions apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. All right, well, you know what time it is. It's time for us to bring you sports and birthdays on the Super Morning Show. Stay tuned for all of it. And of course, use the hashtag JoySMS if you want to talk to us. Stay with us. More coming up.
Future leaders, mark your calendars. Academic City University College invites you to a special Parents' Night on August 22nd at 6 p.m. Explore our state-of-the-art campus and discover how we're shaping tomorrow's innovators. For more information, call 0593-999-410 and visit us at www.acity.edu.gh. Academic City, redefining university education.
When you want to eat, just Momo it. Tired of the long queues in the supermarket? Pay with Momo. When you really want that beautiful new blouse, just Momo it. When you want to get a trim and get fresh to impress you know who, just Momo it. When you need to pay your utility bills and domestic staff, Shani Momo. When you want to send love to the family back home, send some Momo. Join the millions of MTN Momo users all over Ghana and live life the brighter way. So just Momo it. MTN.
Imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. Picture your rooftop transformed into a solar sanctuary, radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more. With Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. That's right, we are not just offering loans, we are offering the keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you're ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a shout on any of the following phone lines: 050-153-5789, 050-153-5790, 0244-674154. Let's chart a course for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dreams shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good.
And where do you think you're going?
To train in the garden.
With my broom?
Mom, it's a javelin.
Oh, really? And that plate?
That's not a plate, it's a discus, Mom. We are training to become winners.
Well, you know you need lots of energy to become winners. So you both better start your day with Twisco before you go anywhere. Besides its great chocolatey taste, Twisco is enriched with Enerfort, a blend of energy-boosting vitamins and minerals for little winners.
Thanks, Mom.
Got to keep my little winners in shape. Twisco, power your dreams.
This advert is FDA approved.
All right, birthday messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go. And Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach, Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. All right.
So let's see whose birthday it is today.
7th August.
Yes, sir. This one says, happy birthday to Reverend Dr. J.R.K. Mensah, founder and general overseer of Elim Glorious Church. This is from your children who say they love you so much. Continue to be the dad you've always been.
I've got one here. This one says, happy birthday to Jane Cecil Daze of Eolis Ghana Limited in Tema. This one says, a wealthy, hearty, and healthy happy birthday. Immeasurable blessings be your portion. From Johnny Daze. Okay, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. So yesterday was the birthday of the Director General of the Ghana TVET Service, Mausi Nudeko Awiti. And yesterday also happened to be her last day in office because she retired yesterday. So belated happy birthday to you. And yesterday I was at the event, and it was a great one. And Kojo, you saw the retiring Director General saying, I know you people, some of you don't have tools. And so now that I am leaving, I'm donating tools to you. Yes, I've been able to raise some funds, take these things, and help to develop TVET education. That's
wonderful.
Belated happy birthday to you, and all the best in your next endeavor.
Okay, happy birthday to Richmond Amwakon and to my dear friend Mavis Siwe. You know, when I first moved to Nottingham, I had nowhere to live, and I was taken in by this wonderful Ghanaian woman called Mavis Siwe.
Oh, okay, nice one.
Yes, we lived with her for a few months before we found our feet and got our own place. She's a dear, dear friend. Siwe, wherever you are, happy birthday to you. Also, happy birthday to Kent Dikoski. Kent Dikoski is my senior from Ogasco. Book clerk Dadson, Nick Bakbakote, Sewakoto, Ampafu Brekutu, Kwame Adakwa. Both of you celebrated your birthdays yesterday, as well as Nick Bakbakote. Happy birthday to you all. All right, that's me. Shall we get on with it?
Yes.
Okay, the Joy Sports Center is brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go. Standard Chartered Bank.
Here for good.
Twisco Food Drink. Twisco, power your dreams. And if it's football you want, DSTV has got it all. All the leagues, all the cups, all the matches. Live in HD, this season promises to be exciting. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
So folks, imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. I mean, picture your rooftop transform into a solar sanctuary radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more, because with Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. That's right. We're not just offering loans, we're offering the keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you're ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a shout on any of the following phone lines: 0501-535789 or 0501-535790, and then 0244674154. Let's chat a course for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dreams shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Now, there's an exciting new chocolate beverage out there on the market that you should know about, Kojo. From the producers of Cowbell, permit me to introduce you to Twisco, a chocolate food drink with a blend of premium cocoa powder and rich with Enerfort, a combination of energy-boosting minerals and vitamins, including B, vitamin C, and also D. There's also iron and many more other nutrients and elements in this particular food drink. Twisco is available in 20 grams and can be found at your nearest neighborhood store in a delightful red sachet for only 1 CD 80 pesos to enjoy all the goodness packed in a sachet. Empty content into a mug, mix with 180 milliliters of previously boiled water. You can add milk and you stir, and then the thing is ready. Then you drink it like that. Start your day with a cup of the great tasting Twisco. Empower your dream. This advert is FDA approved.
Yes, it is. All right, now, are you, listening and paying attention to the latest from MTN? Because they are saying that you can now get not just free after one, but free after one extra. All right, let me tell you what's extra about it. With MTN free after one extra, you can talk for 1 whole hour uninterrupted while paying for only the first minute of every 10 minutes you talk, which means for every 10 minutes you talk within the hour, you only pay for the first minute, and you get to talk for 60 minutes straight with no interruption. You like what you hear? Well, as if that's not enough, you also get 70 megabytes of data for free after your first call. So, you see, now's the time to talk extra with all the people you love. To subscribe to MTN Free After One Extra today, just dial star 550 hash. That's star 550 hash. And follow the prompts. There you go.
And following the beats on sports is me, Victor Achutamaklu, bringing you the Joy Sports Center this morning. In the next 10 minutes, we'll look back on yesterday's events from the Olympic Games in Paris, as well as look ahead to what is to come today. But first, we're 29 days away from the start of the 2025 Cup of Nations qualifiers. The Black Stars will open their campaign against Angola at the Babara Stadium in Kumasi, but the recent hosting of a 5-day social event has rendered the pitch unfit for the encounter. However, the Ashanti Regional Director of the National Sports Authority, Kwame Ban, says the facility will be ready when needed.
I believe Bawayara shouldn't be a concern to anyone, especially respecting the fact that we are all in it. We know the passion of the nation and we wouldn't want to belittle anyone or take any stakeholder for granted. But the point is, yes, we do these events occasionally to beef up our resource base to maintain the facility. Okay. And so we are saying that we are on the grounds. We will continue to do our work. We'll continue to maintain and fix everything possible to ensure that the stadium is generally ready for all competition.
Meanwhile, CAF has appointed Rwanda's Samuel Uwikanda as the center referee for the match between Ghana and Angola. He'll be joined by Diodone Mutuyimana and Eric Mugabu will run the lines for him, while Ruzindana Nsoro will work as a fourth official for Ghana's fixture versus Angola at the Babara Sports Stadium. Moving on, former Ashanti Gold goalkeeper Fatai Odauda has voiced support for the significant player turnover in the Ghana Premier League at the end of each season. According to Dauda, many clubs' financial constraints make it challenging to sustain competitive wages, prompting players to seek opportunities elsewhere.
Those who are handling the teams in Ghana, a lot of them are doing it because they use their individually that they are running their teams. So financial issues is very difficult for them because no sponsorship for them. They use their own money to run the team. But one thing I've realized from the league is if you play and you play well, it's either you play for the national team or a scout will come for you or an agent will come for you because people respect our league so much. And then sometimes those who goes out to play, they look at their age. Maybe the person is 24 years, 25 years. And now the agent, they don't come for players who are more than 18 years. They don't. So when the player says that I'm 21, I'm 22, and I don't make money in the league. So he needs to go to Ethiopia or Nigeria to play and make money to come and take care of his family.
Let's head to Paris now, where world records were broken on day 6 of the athletics session. Joy Sports editor Fentio Tahiru Fentio has the lowdown on everything from Paris, as well as what is to come today.
Day 6 of the athletics competition at the Paris Olympic Games was truly special for many reasons. For one, there were 2 world records that were broken. The first one was in the men's 1,500 meter race, where American Cole Hawker shocked the entire field to claim gold in a new Olympic record. The pre-competition favourite and the rivalry was supposed to be between Great Britain's George Kerr and Norway's Jakob Ingebrigtsen. In the end, Kerr had to settle for silver, and another American, Yared Nuguse, ended up with the bronze medal, which meant that Jakob Ingebrigtsen missed out on a medal. The other amazing thing about this race, the top 3 podium finishers actually ran times faster than the previous world record. There was also a world record in the women's 3,000 meter steeplechase, and that world record, of course, was set by Bahrain's Yabi Winfred. Originally born in Kenya, moved to Bahrain at the age of 15, has been competing for them since then. She won the world title last year, and she has now doubled it by claiming an Olympic gold medal, this time in a very special race where she set a new Olympic record. Coming in second place, of course, is Perry Chemitai of Uganda, who was expected to challenge Yavi for the title. In the end, she had to settle for the silver in a new national record, and Kenya also got a bronze medal in that race from Faith Chirotich, who took the bronze medal. That means Kenya have now won 4 medals in the athletics competition here at the Olympic Games, and Uganda have 2, with Chemitai's silver adding to Joshua Cheptegei's gold in the men's 10,000 meters. There were so many other really great stories elsewhere in the games. In the women's hammer throw, for example, the silver medal went to Annette Nneka. If the name sounds Nigerian, that's because she is Nigerian, or was. At the Tokyo Olympic Games, she was part of Nigeria's contingent to the games to compete. But you remember the story where the country's administrative error allowed the Nigerian athletes to be sent home because there was a clerical error in conducting a pre-competition mandatory doping test, and no single Nigerian athlete was able to compete at the Tokyo Games. She went back home to America, where she was born, heartbroken, and started the process of changing her nationality to compete for the US. And that became successful last year, and this year she's come here in France, in Paris, and she's won silver for the United States of America. Then we can forget the evening's crowning moment, obviously, in the women's 200-meter final, a race between America's Gabby Thomas and the 100-meter champion Julian Alfred of St. Lucia. In the end, Gabby Thomas, it wasn't even close. A very comfortable win for the American, who got bronze last time out in Tokyo. She's converted that into a gold medal. She also got a silver last year in Budapest. The gold went to Sherika Jackson, but in her absence, Gabby Thomas is finally a global champion. Now, speaking about that 200-meter race, Nigeria's Favour Ofili, she finished 3rd. You remember her? She was the one athlete that Nigeria's federation failed to enter for the 100 meters despite her qualifying. At the mix zone, she broke down in tears uncontrollably, drawing attention from several of the media people there, but she didn't care. She just lost it, couldn't control it, and she was just heard saying that she's tired, she's exhausted, she's not slept, and that all of that down to the conversation from the last 5 days when the story broke that she wasn't entered for the women's 100 meters. And this is the most emotional thing I've ever seen in a mix zone, and it says one thing, that athletes are humans too. They have emotions, and you could just tell that she had been dealing with a lot over the last few days, and she wasn't necessarily crying because she finished 6th, but she was just crying because overall she was just overwhelmed. Wednesday's competition, the morning session, the highlight will be the men's high jump qualification. That's where many people are expecting to see Gianmarco Tamberi and, of course, Mutaz Bashim. They made history by showing the gold medal back in Tokyo 2020. They'll be in action this morning. And the evening session's highlight on Wednesday will be the men's 400-meter final, where Kirani James will be looking to defend his title.
Well, we'll see what happens, and hopefully fortunes improve for Africa. Speaking of Africa, one of the teams that people expect to do well has to be Ghana's relay team, the 4x100-meter men's team, who will hit the tracks tomorrow after failing to make a mark in the individual events. They'll be up against Jamaica, France, and Liberia in 2 of the relays. Sprinter Abdulrashid Saminu, who competed in the 100-meter event and could start for Team Ghana, is aiming for a podium finish.
I think we already go through the track. I try my, I think I'll be the starter. So I try my strides from the blocks in the 10. They look good. I don't feel the lanes are big too, so I can run through. I don't think I can step on a lane to give it out. So the reason is as a matter should just move and wait for the baton. That's all. And the 2 in front of me, just make sure you are going to get a tough race because you are my target. Yeah. So I'm gonna put all my effort in the 4x1. Then let's see what God can do. Probably like top 3 we're gonna be in. Top 3 Ghana gonna be in.
Still in matters relating to the Olympics, South Sudan's basketball coach Flo Kwame Lakai sees their remarkable journey as a potential inspiration for other African nations. Despite being the lowest ranked nation at the Olympics, they made the headlines by stunning Puerto Rico in their debut match. Their standout performances, notably in an exhibition match against powerhouse the USA, have garnered some global attention. Lakai was born in England to Ghanaian parents.
No, I think it is something that not just Ghana, but as a lot of African countries can emulate, because there's talent all over the place. So let's say with South Sudan, before joining the organization, I didn't know that there were so many players around the globe from South Sudan who could really, really play at a high level. And I'm sure it's the same with Ghana. There's some guys in the NBA, I'm sure guys in high level Europe, Australia, or in Asia that we can band together that would like to play for their country. Like me personally, I played for Great Britain. So I was born and raised there. And I played for Great Britain because there wasn't a national team for me to play for in Ghana. So we're going to create that, and we can get those guys who haven't already committed to a national team to play for Ghana. Then I'll be involved. Yes.
Well, there's more of that to come in our subsequent bulletins. Kwame Lakai was speaking to Joy Sports' Abdul Karim Benin. In the Olympics women's football tournament, Brazil beat world champion Spain 4-2 to set up a repeat of the 2008 final against the United States in Paris on Saturday. The USA themselves edged Germany by 1-0 after extra time to reach the final for the first time since 2012. Atletico Madrid in club football have agreed an £81.5 million deal to sign Manchester City forward Julian Alvarez. That's all time will permit us on the Joy Sports Center this morning. Winston, what were you trying to do?
Oh, because we are talking about athletics,
yeah.
I just remembered that years ago, I made an attempt, but I was unsuccessful.
I was hoping you were not going to say that you were a field athlete.
No.
Apparently, you are worse than that.
No, I was unsuccessful. Okay. You see, you don't fail.
Mm-hmm.
You become unsuccessful, and then you learn from your mistakes.
Okay, thank you.
Lessons learned. Thank you very, very much, Victor Chutamakulu, for joining us with the latest in the world of sports here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And let's get interactive this morning. Social media messages on the Super Morning Show brought to us by EcoBank. EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa, and Malatu from Ernest Chemist. Malatu, power over malaria. So look, every day people face different emergencies. Police emergency, fire emergency, medical emergency, you name them. But many people don't know the emergency numbers. Well, here's one you would always want to remember. Star 770 hash. Yes, star 770 hash. Is the new EcoBank money emergency number, and it gives you instant access to loans, fund transfers, utility bills, payment, airtime, and data purchases, and so much more. You don't need the internet for this. Just dial star 770 hash. No need to panic in any money emergency situation. EcoBank will always come to your rescue. Dial star 770 hash now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank is a Pan-African bank.
When shopping for a dress, you say,
of course, the low burst line. A little tight by the hips. Covered sleeves. Off shoulder. Definitely.
But when buying anti-malarial drug, you say,
is it not malaria? Give me whatever is available.
Choose your malaria drugs the same way you choose your dress. Always ask for Coartem. It's also available in cherry-flavored dispersible tablets for children. Don't gamble with malaria. Choose right. Choose Coartem. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Malaria testing should be done before treatment. This advert is FDA approved.
EcoBank Mobile, they make me say, EcoBank Mobile, they make me crazy. Download it and use it. It gon' make your life so easy, yeah. Download it. You go enjoy it. Come make a download them for you. Cause you can pay bills, you can buy credit, you can pay school fees, even chest tights with the Apple. EcoBank Apple.
Life is easy with the EcoBank mobile app. You can pay your bills, transfer to and from mobile wallet, virtual card creation, transfer to other banks, express account opening, scan and pay, express cash, all at your fingertips with the EcoBank mobile app. You know, it's 5-star life with EcoBank. Kim promise.
Right, so welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And big stories here on the Super Morning Show brought to us by Telecel Connecting Energies, latest foam, your partner for life, and Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa. And are you ready to be the next millionaire in town? The Telecel More Money promo is getting exciting. 2 lucky winners have been rewarded 30,000 Ghana cedis each this week at Medina and Ahafo in the weekly draw. So what are you waiting for? 1 million Ghana cedis grand prize is up for grabs, and it could be you. Simply reload your mobile using your Telecel cash wallet and be part of the daily and weekly draws where you could win up to 30,000 cedis every week. Purchase data or airtime using your Telecel cash wallet and double your chances. Making payments onto your fixed broadband also gives you a chance to be the next millionaire. So the more you reload, the better your chances of winning in the Telecel More Money promo. To opt in for free, just dial *500# or send WIN to 500 or visit the Telecel Play app. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Telecel, Connecting Energies. But picture this. Look, you're lying in bed after a long day seeking comfort and relaxation, but instead you're met with a mattress that sags beneath, a reminder of shortcuts and compromises. You know your comfort and well-being should have never been compromised. That's why we at Latest Foam prioritize quality above all else. Step into our showrooms and experience the difference for yourself. Our high-quality mattresses and furniture are crafted with your ultimate relaxation in mind. Picture yourself waking up refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready to take on the day. So that's the Latest Foam promise. Invest in your well-being. Choose Latest Foam. Otherwise, Charlie, you do yourself. Latest Foam is your partner for life. Visit us today and sleep better tonight. Call us on 0302 2311 or 0322 008499 or visit us online as latestfoamghana.com. Stay with us. We'll be right back here on the Super Morning Show.
Beautiful people, we are live in town, soaking in the excitement about the partnership between Access Bank and PABS, revolutionizing the way people move money across Africa. Let's hear directly from those reaping the benefits.
It's a relief. Anytime I send money back home, my family receives exactly what I send them, instantly.
I'm studying in Ghana, but originally from Nigeria. With this service, my parents send my school and hostel fees directly, and they do it with so much ease.
I run a fashion business. Let me tell you, sending and receiving money across Africa without those annoying forex fees has really cut down our operational costs.
Benefit from instant payments across Africa with zero foreign exchange hassle. Visit our website www.ghana.accessbankplc.com or call our toll free on 0800 004400 for all your cross-border payments.
Pass it with Access Bank.
Access Bank, more than banking.
Are you hoping to start university this October? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and up to 50% scholarship to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless possibilities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. Admissions are currently open for our 2024 intakes. Apply now for our foundation and undergraduate programs. For more information, contact us at +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
Ghana way, Telecel the more money promo nabo.
Everybody likes money, but what do we like more than money? More money! Join the Telecel More Money promo and win money, more money, and even more money. Simply opt in for free and reload your mobile and broadband and be the lucky winner of the 1 million Ghana cedis grand prize. Also win cash prizes of up to 3 million Ghana cedis in the daily and weekly draws. Opt in for free by dialing *500# or send WIN to 500, or you can opt in on the Telecel Play app. The more you reload, the higher chances of winning in the Telecel More Money promo. Keep loading, win, and be a millionaire.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
much for staying with us. Now time for the Joy Business Minute, brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana CBG. We stand with you on Anointed Electricals, the generator experts, and build freeze solar hybrid air conditioners, superior cooling with lower energy.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, Anointed Electricals, the generator experts, and build free solar hybrid air conditioners, superior cooling with lower energy. More than 200 businesses and individuals risk imprisonment of up to 5 years after the Bank of Ghana sanctioned them over persistent issuance of bad checks. The city is expected to gain some respite against the US dollar this week, following the weakening American greenback over fears of possible recession in the US. Government is working to bring all state institutions onto the automated online platform for payments in the public sector, GiftMe. And elsewhere in the US, a 2-day National Transportation Safety Board hearing about the January 5 incident on an Alaska Airlines flight has gotten underway. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, Anointed Electricals, generator experts, and build free solar hybrid air conditioners, superior cooling with lower energy.
Right, so welcome back. This is the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And very soon, our friends from QIC will be joining us here on the Super Morning Show. We're having a conversation about the annual Catholic Corporate Mass. Stay with us right here on the Super Morning Show. Right after these messages, our friends from QIC will be joining us in studio.
Hey, Cashman.
Yeah.
Don't you know Nana has assembled all of us and you are here making calls?
My generator is spoiled too. So I'm calling a renowned Ghanaian company with an excellent track record in the sales and repairs of generator sets in Accra to come and repair for me.
Oh, is it Anointed Electricals?
Yeah.
Anointed Electricals deals in quality and genuine generators with high fuel efficiency. We also rent generators.
They sell quality generators from 10 kVA to 2,500 kVA. They have spare parts of other generators and can repair every 40 generator set, even if you didn't buy from them.
Look, now we don't have any electrical problem in Accra.
Oh, how?
Because Anointed Electricals is right here at East Legon, Lagos Avenue, opposite Tomric Hotel.
And that's why Nana is calling us.
Okay.
Yes.
If you want to buy a brand new generator or repair the old one, visit Anointed Electricals. Or if you are within Accra, call our hotline 0246 423 534
or call 0243 480 334. They have qualified and dedicated men on 24-hour after-sales service.
Then let's go and listen to Nana. Let's go.
Gosh, after giving you the hint, won't you give me anything?
Anointed, the generator experts.
The Paris 2024 Olympics on GoTV is for all of us. For every lift that ended in failure, for every basket that rebounded, for every goal that was just shy, and every stride that was a little too short until it wasn't.
That's the first gold medal.
This is for the gold in all of us. Get and stay connected to GoTV to witness Africa's athletes make history in the 2024 Paris Olympics live on SuperSport and on the go with GoTV Stream. GoTV, love it.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town. It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
For you, are you, for you, for you.
On God, oh, you.
Next Master this one. Waiting I go do for you. Get the fuck out of my mind. Out of my mind. Waiting I go do for you. To get the fuck out of my mind. Out of my mind. Kaya mata for you. On top your mata for you. Plenty raba for you. Kaya mata for you. On top your mata for you.
to me. You dey calculate to me. You dey saturate to me.
Super Morning Show is always the best. On Joy 99.7 FM.
Woman, they got a back a very big and never sing. Take over the thing, front page magazine. You feel you are the girl I'm a king. Woman, they got a back a very big and never sing. You make a Batman one do the thing. Long time you are the woman I'm a king. One God will be up on the thing.
I wanna believe her, she was a diva. Oh girl, you have my dream. Mama want me, let me get that thing.
Right, this is the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM, and this morning we're joined by our friends from QIC, Quality Insurance PLC. Cecil Ribeiro is General Manager Operations, and Reverend Father Michael Kweku is Director for Governance, Justice and Peace at the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference, Catholic Chaplain to Parliament. Good morning, all of you, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning, and thanks for having us.
I believe you're doing very well.
Yes, we are.
Still standing, as they say.
Thank God for that. But let me start off with you, Cecil. Tell us a bit about QIC, even before we get into the annual Catholic Corporate Mass.
Okay. Quality Insurance PLC is a general insurance company founded in 1996. We were initially set up as a private limited company until 2023, when we became a public limited company. We are a general insurance company, meaning that we do everything except for life and health, because the law does not allow us to participate in those two areas. What we are known for, I think that's the big thing here that differentiates us from everyone else. We are innovators.
Okay.
In the last 3 CIIG Insurance Awards, right, we've been awarded with the company with the best innovation. In 2019, 2020, and 2022, right, we came up with the Golden Age policy, and then the Go Girl policy, which is known throughout the country. We have branches in almost all regional capitals and in some Catholic churches around the country. So if anyone wants to contact QIC, it's easy to get to us. That's basically it.
I'll get to the branches in Catholic churches shortly, but what informed QIC to organize the annual Catholic Corporate Mass?
Okay. It's important to start by saying that QIC was established by the Catholic Church. So our base is the Catholic Church. And most of our clients, professionals and non-professionals, are from the Catholic Church. So as part of our efforts to, we call it our captive markets, to bring them together and worship with them, and also give them the opportunity to network. That is the whole idea of the Mass. It's first of all to worship as Christians, as Catholics, and also provide an opportunity for Catholic professionals to network. So that is the whole idea of the Catholic Mass.
Interesting. Okay. So I'm sure then that would answer the question about, why only the Catholic Church and no other church.
Yes, but it's also important. I think that even though it's only the Catholic Church we've done it, we do the Mass with, it's important to know that it's open to the public. Anyone can attend. But just to bring in a little bit to tell you how far spread we are, there's the famous QIC choir. In fact, when I walked in here, a few people were talking about us. In as much as we do all activities or some activities within the Catholic Church, we do worship with non-Catholic churches on Sundays as well as part of our marketing activities. So, yes, that is why we have that Catholic identity. But this program is open to members of the public, Catholic or non-Catholic. You are invited.
Okay, let me bring in, Reverend Father Michael Kweku in at this point and find out more about, since we're talking about the Catholic Church, he would probably tell us more about, the National Catholic Secretariat, what the core responsibilities are, and all of that. But tell us first about the National Catholic Secretariat, because we're talking about you now.
Thank you very much. The National Catholic Secretariat is basically the executive arm of the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference. The Catholic Bishops Conference, which is the assembly of all Catholic bishops within the territory of Ghana, who have pastoral responsibility for both Catholics and non-Catholics, all God's people. So the Secretariat is the executive arm which then implements the policies and the strategies that the bishops have for the good of our country. So we become the implementers of the policies and the strategies and the plans of the bishops for the good of our country. That is basically what the National Catholic Secretariat is, and which is made up of various, actually 5 departments, mine in charge of governance, justice, and peace, being one of them. Okay. So the idea is to provide a holistic development of the individual person, and that is what the vision of the bishops is for the country and for the church.
Great. So talking about your role, I mean, as the Director for Governance, Justice and Peace, what are the core responsibilities of your role, and how do they align with the mission of the National Catholic Secretariat?
My office is rather young, even though its operations have been in existence for quite a bit. It began in 2007.
Okay.
At the time, it was understood as the Directorate for Advocacy for Good Governance, and then it evolved until 2010. When it was actually properly rearticulated as Governance, Justice and Peace. But the idea is that it is built on scripture and the social doctrine of the church, built on the dignity of the human person, the dignity of labor and the rights of the laborer, or if you want, the worker. We talk about care for creation and environment. We talk of the inalienable right to life, the sacredness of life, and many other things. So these become the core principles underlining our operations. Now, all of these brought together signal a platform for an interface between church and state. Understanding that even though there ought to be a clear distinction between church and state, we believe that the difference, or if you want, the distinction is not mutually exclusive of each other. We ought to relate. Whilst we believe that the structures of state must operate independently of church, we also believe that there ought to be some interdependence to make sure that what the church can contribute to nation building is not lacking on the state.
Great. So, how does your directorate integrate Catholic social teaching into its initiative and policies?
The most important principles that I've articulated of Catholic social teaching are the sacredness of life. So the right to life, the fact that we must protect life, the dignity of the human person created in the image and likeness of God, fighting for the right of the worker and making sure that work is dignified and good, working to protect our common home, which is the earth, and making sure that we are good citizens and stewards of what God has given us. These are principles that underpin and direct our efforts, which then brings us into various partnerships and collaborations with various government and non-government actors. We, for instance, relate to our brothers and sisters from QIC, bringing up this mass and interaction after. In fact, with this interaction, we are bringing on board also political actors who then, at the second part, will interact with all the various participants who then would question and then ask questions and see what they can bring to the conversation. So we are directed and inspired by these principles, which themselves are pursuant to what we believe our Lord has revealed to us in sacred scripture and tradition.
Great. So can you share, examples of projects or initiatives that have made a significant difference in advancing justice and peace?
Quite a few. In fact, the most recent one was a high-level national forum on social cohesion, security, and a peaceful election, which was held in collaboration with National Security, with GJA, and with Catholic Relief Service. The idea was to bring all stakeholders from all levels and strata of society to the conversation table to find common solutions to the problems that face us, but also to look at how we build a secure and inclusive society, which is a conducive environment for the total and holistic development of the Ghanaian. That is one. We've had various interactions with various religious leaders, forming them and organizing workshops for them on interreligious dialogue as a tool for ensuring peace and a cohesive society. We have also done programs for helping the youth, especially those who are unemployed, for skills improvement, for them to be able to either self-employ or find the necessary skills to be employable. We've organized for those in the medical field training on psychosocial training, so that they're able to handle people with trauma. So we are broad in our approach, so that we are offering some form of contribution to the holistic development of the human person within the Ghanaian society.
And talking about you being broad and collaborating, how have you collaborated with other organizations within and outside the Catholic Church to promote governance, justice, and peace?
For us, the collaborations don't always have to align with our faith, as long as they are aligned with the good of the human person and are consistent with what we believe is the divinely revealed will. So within the church, we work with various societies. We work with some in the corporate world, like QIC, in this project and beyond. Together, we work to promote social corporate responsibilities. There are others which are more technical issues of say security. We have collaborations with Catholic Relief Services to provide relief and social interventions for people, with government and security areas for various strategies and policies which help make better the life of our people, but to secure our own borders and our integrity as a people.
Great. I mean, you've been talking about promotion. So let me just find out the role, that, advocacy plays in your work, and how you engage with policymakers and other stakeholders.
For advocacy, we deal with all professionals, with journalists, with lawyers, with trade unions, with everybody. And our goal is to make sure that in promoting the good of the human person, the integral development of the person, we also hold to account duty bearers and office holders. So advocacy is an integral part of our work, and for us it is part of a divine mandate. So it is not only good; it is imperative for the church to do so as part of its mission to both the church and outside of the church.
Okay. But for you personally, let me just find out what motivates you in your work with the directorate.
It's the fact that I think in my own little way, I'm contributing to the building of God's kingdom here on earth through my own little duties of each day. The fact that my directorate has something concrete to contribute to the mission of the church and the mission of the Catholic Bishops' Conference here and now in Ghana.
Okay.
That is what motivates me.
So let's get back to Cecil Ribeiro, and this time let's find out something. So the Catholic Corporate Mass, is this the first one?
No, this is the fourth one we are having. Unfortunately, COVID truncated. Before COVID, we had done 3, 1 in Kumasi and 2 in Christ the King in Accra. And we've come together with the directorate to do this 4th one at Christ the King.
And what form does it normally take?
So basically, it's a typical Catholic Mass. After Mass, we do the refreshments, and then that gives people the opportunity to network. This year's Mass is also at Christ the King. It's at 10 a.m. prompt. And because we are in an election year, the theme for this year is unity, a timely reflection in this election year. We believe that it's apt. It answers what we all want to achieve December 2024, which is peace, no matter the outcome. And like the directorate said, we've invited people from both political parties to come on board. They would get the opportunity to talk amongst each other during the networking session. So basically, I think I'll take this opportunity to invite not only Catholics, but members of the public, regardless of if you are Catholic or not, come worship with us, and also after that, network with us.
I mean, you've told us 10 a.m., you've told us Christ the King, but on which day?
On the 9th of August, which is this Friday.
This Friday?
Yes, please.
So 10 a.m.,
9th August.
Christ the King. You say it's open to everybody?
Open to everybody, yes.
And you've invited the politicians?
We have.
Okay, so
we have, along with the directorate.
The lectures have gone, so at least we can say that.
I'm just finding out, and you see Reverend Father Kweku says the lectures have gone because they need it. You're talking about unity and all of that. In an election, if anything is going to go bad, it would have to start from them. So it's important we know if they're showing up and whether they're going to be there and have these conversations and, pledge to peace as we all would expect from them. But it's good that you've invited them. But for someone who's listening to us right now and probably asking himself, why should he or she be part of this program? What do you say to him or her? Starting off with you, Cecil.
I think apart from the fact that we get an opportunity to worship our God, regardless if you are a Christian or not, or if you are a Catholic or not, for me, is also the opportunity of meeting new people, and you never know the opportunities you may meet. There are businessmen from whether Catholic or not there. There are different organizations and there are leaders there. So I think it opens us an opportunity for anyone who comes for the program. You never know, you may meet somebody that will turn into a job or something. Yes.
Great. Now, you've talked about, the mass is followed up by a network. Yeah. You've not mentioned the cocktail. I see that on your flyer.
We'll definitely do that.
That can also get people to get in.
Yes, we'll definitely do that.
It starts with a cocktail, but they also get in and participate in everything.
Exactly.
So that's very important. Exactly. Anything you want to say finally, Reverend Father Kweku?
The interest of our office, and in fact the interest of the Bishops' Conference in this partnership, is to reiterate to Ghanaians that Ghana is the only country we have. And we ought to do all that it takes to make sure that peace is secured, that we maintain our cohesion as one people. It is the reason why, particularly, I'd want to reiterate our invitation to all the political actors. Please come join us. Have the opportunity to talk to us and give us the opportunity to talk to you. It might be the beginning of a serious conversation towards securing our, common unity as a people. So everyone, Catholic or otherwise, come, let us talk and give ourselves the opportunity to build together a secure and united Ghana.
Great. Thank you very, very much and for joining us, Reverend Father Michael Kweku. But before we go, when is the program, the day and the time, Cecil?
Again, it's on the 9th of August, which is a Friday, this coming Friday, and it's at Christ the King Parish.
Thank you very much. Cecil Ribeiro is General Manager, Operations Quality Insurance PLC, and Reverend Father Michael Kweku is Director for Governance, Justice and Peace, Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference, Catholic Chaplain to Parliament. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
think people are fed up. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. This is a culmination of two-tier policing gone wrong. People are fed up of being told you should be ashamed if you're white and working class.
That's not British. That's not our core values. Yeah, if you come over here and if you want to be British, then follow those core principles.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Yeah, so, in different countries of the world, we're seeing uprisings, people hitting the streets for different reasons. All reasons apply in one way or the other to our way of life here in Ghana, though. In the UK recently, these riots against immigrants certainly affect Ghanaians, many of whom are afraid to leave their homes for fear of attacks in many of the cities of the United Kingdom. And it's not just there that people are hitting the streets. Recently in Kenya, there was an uprising that led to real, tangible changes in the way that country is run. Of course, the president ended up sacking swathes of government officials and changing the way they do things because of the Gen Z-led riots on the streets of the capital city. And we're seeing similar things happening in Nigeria, where international observers are suggesting that the violence has led to casualties. But, today we'll find out once and for all what the reality of that situation is. Nigerians hitting the streets in their protest against governance in their country. But while all these things happen around the world, the people of Ghana are observing, and questions are arising. First of all, for those who have relatives in England, I hope you've checked on them. I hope they're okay. But I wonder what they're saying about whether this has renewed their desire to come home, whether that desire is even actionable, whether it's an option for them. I wonder, for those of you observing what's in Nigeria, whether you're thinking, what could make this happen in Ghana? Well, all of these are the subject of the conversations we're going to have this morning as we learn more and more about the situations in these countries. Kwame Sapon-Asiedu, of course, the D&D Fellow on Public Health at CDD Ghana, joins us from the United Kingdom where he resides. And Aminu Atairu is a talk show host and content creator who will be joining us from Nigeria to tell us what's happening. That's Amina Atairu will be joining us to tell us what's happening there. Stay with us. That's all coming up.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM. Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
All right, now just before we get into that conversation, in today's dynamic business environment, a robust workforce is pivotal to achieving success. And this is why Equity Health Insurance has thoughtfully designed their corporate health insurance plans to empower your employees and bolster your organization's performance. With Equity Health Insurance, your investment transcends ordinary inheritance. It represents a commitment to the future of your company. And their health plans are individually tailored to accommodate the unique needs of your employees, offering comprehensive coverage and exceptional benefits. Their support goes beyond administrative tasks and premiums. At Equity Health Insurance, they are dedicated to standing by your side throughout the entire journey. So please feel free to reach out to them on 0501 515 124 or 0539 135 073 so that they can offer further enhancement to the level of service they provide you. Always hashtag here for you.
And are you speccing that old car or a home makeover, a relaxing beach getaway? Use your ABSA card 10 times or more in a month, and you could be a lucky winner in the ABSA Change Your Story promotion and extra entries by using our digital channels 5 times or more From now till the end of October, 5 lucky winners will take away 40,000 Ghana cedis each every month to change their stories. For more information, visit an ABSA branch today. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Your story matters. ABSA. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, Core Event Solutions and MGA Consulting, in partnership with the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana, brings you the National Sales Leaders Conference on the theme Sales Unleashed, the role of sales in sustained organizational revenue growth and economic development. The event is scheduled for the 14th to the 15th of August 2024 at the Accra International Conference Center, AICC, and it's 9 a.m. every single one of those days. Now, the special guest of honor is the Minister responsible for finance, the Honorable Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam. The National Sales Leaders Conference will focus on sales innovation, revenue growth, sustainable sales strategies, and sales leadership. It is specially created for sales leaders to make a transformative impact. For more information, call or WhatsApp us on 0502 711070 or visit nslcaccra.org to register now. Be part of the conversation on the 14th and the 15th of August at AICC for the conference organized by Sales Leaders for Sales Leaders. NSLC is supported by Telecel and Star Oil.
We cry for peace.
Learn about the reality of the situations in the United Kingdom and Nigeria. First, we can speak to Ghana's High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Papa Owusu Ankuma. He joins us over the phone. Your Excellency, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for your time with us. Perhaps you can give us an update. Are there any Ghanaians affected by what's been going on in the United Kingdom?
No Ghanaians have been affected, except that during our inquiries all over the UK, there was one Ghanaian who said he was coming for a bath and she was threatened. But apart from that, nothing untoward has happened in relation to Ghanaians. Okay. Even after this morning, our officers are calling around the country the leadership of Ghanaian community, asking for an update and urging them to encourage Ghanaians in the UK to try and be indoors by latest 7 p.m. and also to avoid areas where these protests are envisaged to be held later in the day, early this evening.
So obviously those who, for example, work at night will be affected by this. How serious is the situation? We've noticed that the Nigerian government has issued a travel advisory to their citizens. Are we going to do a similar thing?
Well, we may do that. As I said, we've spoken to the leadership of the Ghanaian community to communicate to the various membership. We may place it on our website. Travel advisory may be issued probably later in the day if we get more information and we think that Ghanaians should be careful. Don't forget that the nations that have issued travel advisories are nations with very predominantly Muslim population, and you know that some sites, particularly for Muslims, have been specially targeted.
So, for those who might be new to this whole phenomenon and what's going on in the United Kingdom, perhaps you can give us the official line. But precisely what is going on in the UK?
Well, I mean, now that, the media is all over, well, I'm sure you may even have more information because of you're a media person. But some young people, children actually, were murdered by what we hear is a Rwandan citizen. And then through the social media, it was said that the person who committed the offense was an immigrant who came over by boat and is waiting for asylum. And, the far right, I believe, another extremist group, took advantage of it. And, of course, the economy is not that great. And so you have people then targeting immigrants, particularly even asylum seekers who have been hosted in some hotels. They've attacked them, they have tagged neighborhoods where they believe asylum seekers are being housed. And that's it. This matter has been ongoing for a fairly long time. The previous government tried to assuage the feelings of its population by even getting a badge where it was hosted. It's a major issue. Migration is a major political issue and has been a matter of grave concern. And, of course, extremists have taken advantage. And in the light of the frustration with the whole economic situation, you have these protests which have tended to turn very unruly and aggressive. I believe that's what I can say.
Right. Now,
but generally, the UK is a peaceful country, very diverse, very inclusive. And I think that it's one of the most diversified and inclusive societies in Europe.
How widespread have these riots and protests been?
It's quite widespread from the north to the Midlands to London. It's quite widespread. It's quite widespread. I mean, Liverpool, Hull, Bristol, it's quite widespread. So it's as if it's being organized. There's a network that is organizing it. That's why the British government has taken very serious note of it, and the Cobra committee, headed by the Prime Minister himself, has been meeting periodically. Met last night and issued a stern warning to those who intend to demonstrate that if they fall foul of the law, the full force of the law will be made, will be visited on them.
Right. What official communication, if any, has come from the British government to the diplomatic community, including your own mission?
No, we've had no official communication from the British government to the diplomatic community. It's not as if it's a major threat to immigrants or non-British. It's really an internal security problem for the UK government. That's what it is. Yes,
If immigrants are being asked to stay indoors after 6 p.m., surely that is a rather serious threat.
We have advised, at least we, the British, the Ghana High Commission, through the leadership of the union, we've advised them not to be outdoors in the evenings, because the evenings are normally when these protests take place. And you never know. You could become a victim of circumstances. All right? Yes, especially when it is supposed to be a demonstration against immigrants who have fallen foul of the law. That's really. So it's just a precautionary advice.
So what's the protocol if a Ghanaian finds themselves in any sort of danger, how do they?
Well, they will have to contact the High Commission, and it's something that is on our website. And depending on the situation, we may send out an advisory. We have not done so as of now. We are monitoring the situation, and if we consider the situation appropriate and the situation is getting worse, we issue the necessary advisory to our citizens.
By your estimation, how many Ghanaian immigrants are in the UK currently?
That's an interesting question. Officially, the Home Office says there are 200,000 Ghanaians, but we are certainly more. Especially when you include British citizens of Ghanaian descent, quite a significant number. I mean, in almost every major town and city in the United Kingdom, you have a Ghanaian community. And over the years, Ghanaians have also been moving over from Europe to settle in the United Kingdom because we had the EU, etc. So I think that we may not be less than conservatively 600,000 Ghanaians.
Right. Well, if you just joined us, we've been learning more about the situation in the United Kingdom from our High Commissioner to that country, Papa Owusu Ankrumah. Your Excellency, stay with us. We want to learn a little bit more from another Ghanaian resident in the United Kingdom, Kwame Sapon-Asiedu, a D&D Fellow on Public Health for CDD Ghana, based in the UK. Kwame, it's good to have you. Good morning.
Good morning. I can hold on. Thank you.
Right. I think we have to say thank you and goodbye to His Excellency, the High Commissioner, who has to leave us at this point, understandably. But thank you very much for your time with us, Papa Owusu Ankrumah. Okay, let's continue with Kwame. Kwame, thank you for your patience. Obviously, what's going on there has made the headlines around the world, but you're in the middle of it. In fact, you actually, because of your job, you are with first responders, in some of these medical facilities. How is it looking from your perspective?
Well, Kojo, thanks, and good morning to everybody. Well, I generally agree with most things that the High Commissioner said. It's quite widespread, but you see, I look at this from a historical point of view because I can give a background where when I was a kid, I grew up around the Kent, Belvedere area when the National Front had originally started around Abbeywood. So at that time, in those days, there was only one bus from Woolwich down to Erith, and it was a 99 bus, and you wouldn't go on it past, say, 7:30. Because of all the nonsense that was going on. And then when I finished university, my first job in management was also in another hotspot when this happened, which was in the, in the Grace area. At that time, what we call the British National Party had reared its head in the South Ockenden space and all that. But then, I'm saying this because you could see pockets. It wasn't that widespread. I mean, when it was concentrated around the Abbeywood, Belmarsh area, it was a small pocket. Everyone knew what was going on there. And then when they moved, the BNP moved to the Essex area as well, everyone knew what was going on there. The difference with what's happening this time is the fact that there is social media and a lot of things are going on social media where people are instigating. So there seems to be some form of background coordination. And this is the background. You see, Kojo, at least you, Raymond and Winston, went to school a bit in the UK. So you would know what I'm saying, that when you go to university campuses currently, you see that the dynamic, when I was in university in the UK, is changing gradually. You see a lot more minorities and when I say minorities, I'm talking about blacks, Asians, and if I talk of Asians, Chinese, Indians, those from Southeast Asia, like the Malays and all that. And gradually, if you look at the statistics, these minorities are becoming more in the professional courses that traditionally were the preserve of the whites. So I was having a conversation with my son who is in Southampton Sloan currently. And I was asking him, Kojo, you're doing mechatronic engineering. What percentage of your class is white in such a prestigious university? And he was like, no, the coloreds and minorities are more than that. And that has been going on for a while and is increasingly becoming a concern. So what do I mean by that? If you look at the strict definition of the far right, you'd realize that they are white working class. And at the start of the program, I was listening to you where you played a tape where a lady was saying that it's almost becoming an antecedent to be white and working class. And the conversation hasn't gone on properly because in the minds of the white and working class, sometimes they believe rather wrongly that, say, if I was to leave my job or a doctor was to leave their job, simply because they are white and minority, they would be put in that position. But the answer is it's not true. Because even though they are unemployed people in the white and ethnic minorities, there are still jobs available in, say, the NHS, which cannot be filled because they do not have the skill mix to fill it. And that brings me to the question you asked, that how does it feel? Yesterday, I made a post on Facebook. The irony is, when all these riots go on, you know people get injured. And in the UK, when you get injured, whether you are arrested or not, the police have a duty of care to first and foremost seek care for you before whatever action will be taken, because it's a fundamental human right. The irony is when these people are being brought into the hospitals or the accident and emergencies, often they are coming into direct confrontation with ethnic minority health professionals, be it blacks, be it Asians, be it Chinese, some who are British by birth, some who are migrants. The problem going on the streets, unfortunately, is the fact that once they see you as a minority and the riots are going on, they are trying to get at you. So it doesn't even matter whether you were born in the UK or you are British from birth and all that. So when they come into hospital, the irony then is they don't refuse care, which is a bit of cognitive dissonance. When they come in, the very people they are trying to thwart, and that was why I gave the background to say there are employment gaps in the NHS. These people cannot fill it. But when they get into healthcare as well, they don't refuse care. When they go to the pharmacies, they'll take their care. When they saw a nurse who is a minority, they'll take their care. Interestingly, when they've gone into the security or, let's say, the legal system, because the government is now clamping very hard on them. I mean, prosecutions are taking weeks. The courts have been sitting over the weekends and other things. They are also coming into contact with prosecutors who are ethnic minorities, some blacks, some Asians. I mean, I've got friends who work in the Crown Prosecution Service, some at the level of directors, who are Ghanaians. And they are coming into contact with them. Then when they get into prison as well, they are coming into contact with prison guards who are ethnic minorities. So there is a big conversation to be had about this whole misconception that their problem is because migrants are taking their jobs, because that is the heart of this conversation. And I think that is a conversation that hasn't been had properly. And so a few people are selling half-truths to them thanks to social media, and they're getting them to riot. But what's becoming more serious, Kojo, is the fact that now you are getting the anti-far right also stand up to them. So in a lot of the riots we're seeing now, you're seeing people, especially Muslims, who are trying to protect their mosques, people who are pro-migration, who are standing up to them. So sometimes you find a face-off with the far right and those who are against them and the police in the middle. And that is where it's getting cagey. So for me, as it stands now, the best bet is like His Excellency said, if you can, you are not out on the streets, say after 7 o'clock in flashpoints, because the flashpoints are known and they are being made public. And eventually, what I see happening is because the government is clamping down, a lot of the instigators, be it on social media or directly, would be arrested and put behind bars. And the coordination would break. When it breaks, the riots will stop. But then more importantly, the conversations as to why this misconception exists in the far right would then need to be addressed properly. That is how I see it.
Okay, stay with us, Kwame. I want us to cross over to Nigeria and pick up the latest on the happenings there. Amina Tairu hosts a talk show there and is also a content creator. Amina, thank you for your time with us this morning. Maybe you can start off by telling us exactly what started all of this.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. Well, the Nigerian protests, it's something that I would say has been long overdue, starting from, tracking back to the NSAS that actually claimed quite a number of lives, where Nigerians are calling for a police reform. Also, the hardship that was being, meted by the Nigerian police that led to, a lot of corruption. So back to where we are right now. The protest basically is about, ending bad governance. It's saying that the country is broke. At the same time, the country has a lot of money to spend around. There's food crisis, people finding it difficult to eat, people finding it difficult to, find shelter, because shelter is also now very, very expensive. And then let's look at the minimum wage, which the federal government just signed into bill, 70,000 naira. That is even less than $50 of today in Nigeria. And you can't even afford to buy a bag of rice with it. And we know the level of family. When it comes to, family unit in Nigeria, we're not talking about just father, mother. You're talking about father, mother, children. So any 30,000 naira, which we're still earning, by the way, because the 70,000 naira, you start to earn it by this month. You're looking at also transportation. You're looking at the fact that you'll be spending 1,300 and buying fuel, which has a domino effect on all, every other thing in terms of food, shelter, healthcare, just name it. So yes, that is actually the bedrock of why this protest, hit Nigerians.
Right. So
we couldn't just take it anymore. People are dying. Regular, yes.
So it's the high cost of living, basically. Right. Now,
high cost of living.
Now, how is your government explaining the high cost of living? What explanation have they given for the way things are going in Nigeria?
Well, when this administration came into power, the first thing they did was to remove fuel subsidy. And we all know that fuel subsidy is a tax that the government pays on behalf of the people so that the people don't have to pay so much at the end of the day. Now, the government is still bent on that they won't bring back fuel subsidy and that they're giving grants, to Nigerian youth. And the question that the youth are asking, who are the Nigerian youths that have collected these grants? Because the government, the federal government gave a speech, and what he said was, they are working. You're working, but Nigerians are not feeling the impact. We're not feeling it. It's not directly, impacting on the cost of living. So the government right now, they just said, stop protesting. It's like, we've heard you. We are working. Fuel subsidy is not coming back. So it didn't go down well with Nigerians, with most Nigerians. It didn't go down well at all. The government's just ignoring the people right now.
Right. So you would say that the removal of that subsidy on your fuel was one of the big events that sparked the unrest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The removal of fuel subsidy, like I said, it has a domino effect on everything. So we're now paying high cost fuel. We use petrol. We don't have power. There's no constant electricity in Nigeria. So whatever you do, you have to buy power. You have to buy fuel. So if there was constant supply, if you take off fuel subsidy, we won't feel the brunt. But right now, we, the mass, are the ones at the receiving end. So the fuel subsidy is the major cost. And that is because Nigeria also doesn't have constant power supply.
Now, in Ghana, there are some difficulties in our economy as well in terms of cost of living. But the government points to the global situation, the effect of COVID and the Ukraine war as some of the reasons why things are hard here. Are you having the same sort of communication from your government, that there are external forces beyond their control that are causing some of the difficulties?
Well, yes, that was communicated. But communication is about comprehension, right? The government is not communicating rightly. Everybody knows that there is a global crisis. But Nigeria seems to be a country that is hard hit. And that is because there are no proactive measures. Now, the government talks about palliative, sharing rice to Nigerians. How is that going to alleviate the sufferings of the masses? Sharing wheelbarrows to people. How is that going to help someone feed the family? Ghana is facing, a global crisis too, just like every other, country in the world. But it is not as bad as we have it here in Nigeria. That's what we're saying. There are a lot of corruption taking place, within the system. And that has not been nipped in the bud yet. So, I could say that yesterday, the federal government said they signed 570 billion naira grants, right? And they're sharing it to the governors. So youth to alleviate the suffering of the youth. Who are the youths that will have access to that fund? I'm a youth. I don't have access to it. There's so many people that I know who don't have access. So who are the people sharing this money? How are the people getting these amounts of palliative that they say they are giving? Social scheme. Who are the people getting it? So they can be doing something and it's not getting to us. So that simply means that the government is not communicating rightly to the masses. And that is why the protest is still ongoing. You need to see what is happening right now in northern Nigeria. It's disheartening. Just yesterday, a military personnel, what should I call it, mistakenly fired at a peaceful protester. Just because he was trying to, ensure that there was peace and calm within the environment. So they're not communicating rightly to Nigerians, really. That's why the protest will continue to hit.
Have there been any casualties?
Of course, there have been casualties. I just mentioned that yesterday someone was fired, I think in Kaduna or thereabout. I'll get that fact right. We've had over 60 persons lose their lives.
60?
But yeah, it's more than 60. And then we have 135 people arrested. Well, you can also look at the fact that, during protests, there are other people that come with their own hidden agenda to just, wreak havoc within the system, right? So that is also, what myself and some of my colleagues here, and of course, the military and the Nigerian police, the law enforcement agencies are also saying that there are people, there are hoodlums who are taking advantage of this protest to wreak havoc.
How is government responding? I mean, does it seem as if they are going to buckle to the pressure? Are there plans to restore the subsidy, for example?
Well, the federal government, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, said that subsidy is gone and is not coming back. So that's one, there's nothing we can do about it. So, but we're still waiting to see if they're still going to have another speech. There's been different security meetings, NEC meeting, which is the National Executive Council meeting, ongoing. So we're waiting to see what happens again, at least by Friday in Nigeria.
What are some of the specific demands of the protesters?
For subsidy, we want price of fuel to reduce. We want constant power supply. We want food security. We also want insecurity gone, because those are the things that are hampering on the progress of Nigeria.
Right.
Once you take that out, Nigerians, we know how to find source of livelihood. Just give us power. Give us constant electricity and then we're good. We don't have that. So even with they did something recently, which technically has a good effect on the power supply in most parts of Nigeria. But the cost in which you now buy this unit for electricity is more than what you're even earning in a month. So it is not sustainable. You're giving us power, but we're paying through our noses for it. So these are the things. If they can give constant power supply and security, even if they don't remove first off, just give us constant power supply and make it affordable for Nigerians. Most people are going to go back. In fact, they will return back to their homes.
Right. How many more days of protest are expected?
Well, we don't know that for sure. We don't know that. The North has practically taken this to heart. The southeastern region are also joining in on the protest. Southwestern part is still very calm. We don't know how long the protest will last. Well, yesterday I was mentioning somewhere that Jigawa, one of the northern states, joined in on the protest yesterday morning. So we have people coming in. And that, I would say, also, we liken it to most of the protest that is going around the world right now. In Bangladesh, in the UK, even though it's a pocket, different Venezuela, we have different parts. So it's more like a motivating factor to say if they can do this to have good governance. And then, of course, what happened in Burkina Faso, even though I don't want to liken it to what is happening right here in Nigeria, people just want to live happily and freely. We want to be able to take charge of our lives. We're not in charge of our lives right now in the country. And that people don't want that. The blacks don't want that.
Amina, thank you. Thank you for filling us in on the happenings. Kwame, before we take leave of you, Kwame, tell us about the sentiment among Ghanaians. I mean, are you finding them suddenly a bit more enthusiastic about returning home? Do they feel less at home in the United Kingdom or not?
Well, thanks. That would be a very tricky question for me to answer because I think that the social circles I move in are a bit biased, considering that most of them are professionals. And for those people, though this is going on, and it gives them a bit of anxiety, because when you have kids, you never know where your children will be playing and something could happen to them. They are not really talking. This is not a trigger point for them to say, you know what, I'm packing my bags and baggage and going home. And for a lot of them, however, they are like me. They are partly in Ghana and partly in the UK. So it's not to say that when you listen, because I also take time to listen to Ghanaian radio stations and other things in the UK, when you listen, you get the sense that, yes, there's a lot of anxiety going on, because for a lot of people who do jobs, who have to work in the night, in cities where there are riots and other things, it's become unsafe for them to go to work. So for them, there's some anxiety. But you also must bear in mind that for people like that, who are what normally people would term economic migrants, the question then becomes, what are they returning to? So it's a chicken and egg situation regarding, do I just up sticks and leave the country because of what's going on? And the other thing is, as I said in my earlier submission, you would realize that these things have a cyclical antecedent. I talked about the ones that were happening around the 91, 92 when I was a student. I talked about what was happening in 2004, 2005 when I just started practicing as a professional. And there was the 2011 riots, and this one has come back. So there's a cycle. And every time the system seems to be able to deal with it and life moves on. And that's why I'm saying that this time, as a country, ethnic minorities, the white majority, etc., a real migration conversation would have to be had. Otherwise, this cycle would not get broken. But I bring in the cycle because when these cycles have happened, it's not led to mass return of migrants to their countries of origin. And I doubt this one is going to be any different.
Okay. Well, I thank you, Kwame, for that update, and we'll certainly keep an eye on happenings as they unfold. We appreciate you. Kwame Sapon-Asiedu, D&D Fellow on Public Health for CDD Ghana. All right, some messages. We're back after these.
This year, dentists all around the world are saying, be proud of your mouth. You should be able to smile and laugh, eat, talk, without worry, pain, or shame. Be sure to brush your teeth twice a day with a fluoridated toothpaste like Pepsodent. You know you don't have to lose your teeth even in your old age. Your teeth are meant to last a lifetime. Welcome to a new season of Time with the Dentist. My name is Dr. Gwendolyn Amakwe Baiche, and this is proudly sponsored by Pepsodent in partnership with Ghana Dental Association. In this first episode, I'll let you know what periodontal disease is and how you can avoid it. Periodontal disease is a disease of the gum caused by plaque. Dental plaque is a sticky film that forms on the surface of the teeth. It comprises different types of bacteria in the mouth and the substances they produce, saliva, and food debris. It constantly forms on the teeth but can easily be removed with proper toothbrushing and flossing. Plaque accumulates around your teeth when you do not brush your teeth properly and floss over a long period of time. The bacteria in plaque can affect not only your gums, but the bone of the jaw if action is not taken. Bear in mind, the gum, bone, and some ligaments surrounding the teeth are supporting structures of the teeth, holding them in place. So once these structures are infected, the teeth become loose and eventually fall out. So with the accumulation of plaque, you first experience what we call gingivitis, and here your gums become irritated and inflamed. You may notice some bleeding while you're brushing your teeth at this point. Seeking help at this time can completely reverse the process. Once you fail to do so and continue in your poor oral hygiene practice, the gums start to pull away from the teeth, creating a space around the teeth called pockets for more plaque to accumulate. And when this happens, a conducive environment is created for bacteria to thrive. The bones surrounding the teeth get affected and are destroyed. And this will cause your teeth to get loose and eventually fall out. This advanced stage may be accompanied by pain on chewing, bleeding gums, discoloration of your teeth, especially in areas close to the gums, and even bad breath. Let's take note that this disease process can affect children as well, especially adolescents, and it's important to seek professional help early. Periodontal disease is preventable. Brush your teeth twice a day with fluoridated toothpaste like Pepsodent. And don't forget to floss. Visit your dentist regularly every 6 months, or at worst once a year. That way, periodontal disease can be detected early and treated, and the latter effects completely avoided. Don't wait until it's too late. Talk to a dentist. Take charge of your oral health. This campaign is proudly brought to you by Pepsodent in partnership with Ghana Dental Association.
I think people are fed up. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. This is a culmination of two-tier policing gone wrong. People are fed up of being told you should be ashamed if you're white and working class.
That's not British, that's not our core values. Yeah, if you come over here and if you want to be British, then follow those core principles.
Domestic debt exchange program was a very successful program, achieving 95% participation. And on this note, I would like to appeal to the people of Ghana to forgive us, It is never the intention of any government to impose hardships on its people. It was a necessary, very important decision at the time that if we avoided it, our economy will not recover such as it has recovered today. But also to thank you, the people of Ghana, to thank you on behalf of the president for the sacrifices, for the efforts that you all have made in participating in the domestic debt exchange program that saved our economy. And so I thank you very much for that support you gave to the government.
We cry for peace. Lord, we cry for love in this neighborhood. I'll tell you, no water can put out this fire. Everyone's only the Lord can save us. We cry for peace in South Africa. We cry for Lord, we cry for love in this neighborhood. Let me tell you, no water can put out this fire. Only the Lord can save. We cry in South Africa.
Well, and that's Lucky Dube talking about the need for peace. But even as we talk about the need for peace this morning, we started, and many of you who asked for solutions. So, you've heard from Amina Atairo in Nigeria talking about solutions, the things that the people are demanding. In Ghana here, we've talked about the things that people would need. And when we started the conversation this morning, we talked about some of the greatest, counterinsurgency tactics. People would always tell you the things they need. And so you address the concerns for them, and then you're good to go. Raymond, Kwame's made the point, okay? He's talked about how today the majority feels that the ethnic minority or the minority persons within the United Kingdom are the ones denying them jobs. Unfortunately, when they are injured, or ironically, when they are injured, they go to facilities that are manned by these same minorities. And, it leads me to this conclusion. Nothing happens overnight when it comes to jobs.
That's true.
Today we know that jobs will be obsolete in no time.
Yeah.
Because we're having these conversations. Okay? So, nothing happened overnight. At least people could have seen and would have read that this was something that was bound to happen. Now that it's happened, this presents an opportunity. But also, for those of us who are here, who are the receiving end, what do we do and must do to ensure that our people are not caught up in this all the time?
Now, it's interesting, right? We used to consistently commend a state that provided low-skill, high-wage jobs. In 2015, I wrote an article about that thing and the systems that's not going to guarantee it going into the future. And why even in our part of the world, there's now only high-skill, low-wage jobs. So there's a scramble for that. Some of these countries appear to have insulated themselves or prepared for it going into the future. But I insist that rhetoric is dangerous. This system where people fan ethnic sentiments, people fan sentiments of these Pakis, these blacks, they are taking our jobs. They are taking everything that's originally British. They are making it impossible for us to survive. And when this is worsened by an economic situation, what they call cost of living crisis, and we used to debate whether or not they truly had cost of living crisis compared to some of us, because the inflationary figures we were talking about were nothing compared to what some of us were having in our part of the world. But to them, they were shocking and they were exposing them. When people are exposed to some of these things and misinformation, in fact, is disinformation, gets into the mix, it's a dangerous weapon.
Yeah.
It makes people become volatile. They feel exposed. Then they think they have to take action. And if you listen to how passionate they push some of these things, now the Rishi Sunak government lost a very important case at the Supreme Court about whether or not they could still send the people arriving in boats to Rwanda. That conversation, one of the judgments, the judge was careful in saying there's a sentiment out there that's not backed by the law. But they are there as people who are vanguards of the law. So they'll rule in that direction. But he expressed that sentiment too. He said he knows that ruling was going to worsen a certain environment where people feel we already are struggling to get jobs and you are worsening it with adding more people as if everybody is welcome to a country that cannot feed its own. Then we also had the sentiment that those days, when you kept them in hotels, these refugees and all of that, you did not even tell the people the areas they were. But members of parliament in the United Kingdom were releasing names of hotels. So now people target some of these areas. See, lessons we can learn. No matter what we do as a people, national cohesion requires that we put state above everything. Now, I consistently reference that in the United Kingdom, they say the opposition is His Majesty's most loyal opposition. That means they can oppose state policies, but are still loyal to the state.
Yeah.
Winning an election is not their primus interest. So that's how they term them. His Majesty's most loyal opposition.
Yep.
We should equally understand that when you fan ethnic and other sentiments, people get inflamed by that. They don't just see it as partisan engagements, and they tend to act on some of these things. And we should be careful. Ultimately, fix the problems of the people.
You see, before you come in, Raymond, you heard the Nigerian lady, Amina, talk about the fact that there are problems in Ghana, but we are in a better place. Because for them, they don't even have power.
Yeah.
But you see, and that will lead me to my conclusion, but we in Ghana also, we're complaining.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? It tells you that everybody or every group of people and the problem they are faced with. So while in another jurisdiction, their problem may not be your problem. Our problem here, we're also talking about the cost of living crisis. And so in our case, in their case, they're saying, just restore the subsidies and we'll be good to go. In our case, we're saying, just restore, don't just say you've restored macroeconomic stability, but we also need a conversation on how you intend to maintain this going forward. How you intend to address the challenges in this country. Don't just go out there, throw out figures and say, this is what we have done. At the end of the day, we need a national conversation on how we can change this, not just in a year, but permanently.
Yeah. I mean, I hope we're paying attention. Look at what racial tension has done to a nation as great as the United Kingdom, just because of poor communication and the festering of a hatred towards an entire ethnic, classification. Well, you think that can't happen in Ghana? Look at how we do our politics. Look at how racially biased our politics are. Look at some of the comments that the people who want to lead us have made about other tribes right here in this country. Think about that for a minute when you are following these people. Think about just how dangerous some of that rhetoric can be and whether you want to be a part of it, because this is the extreme. This is how bad it can get. Let's all be advised. All right, well, coming up is a conversation I've been looking forward to all morning. Safohin Nana Makeson joins us on the Super Morning Show. And if you don't know who that is, you just have to stay tuned to find out. Now, Fela Day, come close to your radio for the gist of the year. Did you know that your energy-giving, great-tasting Lucozade has a new look. Whether you're out and about, in the office, in school, or even on a trotro, and you need to restore your energy, well, look out for the new and now sleeker, slimmer Lucozade Original 330 milliliter can with the same energy that you've known for years. Now you can go about your day with even more swag as you drink Lucozade from your new sleek can. So go ahead, grab your Lucozade sleek can and discover the same unbeatable energy with every sip. Lucozade, restore your energy. This advert is FDA approved.
And the Energy Commission and Ministry of Energy presents the 5th edition of the Energy Commission Senior High School's Renewable Energy Challenge. This challenge aims to develop the research skills of senior high school students and promote technological innovation in renewable energy. And the competing schools for the northern sector are Ola Girls SHS, St. James Seminary SHS, and Nkranza Technical Institute, WA SHS, Indewura Jakba SHS, Dabukba Technical Institute, Notre Dame Seminary SHS, and Waliwali SHTS. Then the competing schools for the southern sector are Ahantaman Girls SHS, Fanspim School, Wesley Grammar SHS, St. Rose's SHS, Bando SHS, Aurora SHS, and Obuasi SHTS. Wali appears here again. They're in the northern sector, so I'm sure they're not here. So join us for the Northern Zonal Challenge on Saturday, 10th August 2024 at 12 p.m. live on Joy News at the Engineering Auditorium, KNUST Kumasi, and at the Great Hall on Monday, 12 August 2024 at 10 a.m. for the Southern Zonal Challenge. This event is supported by GIZ, Ashesi University, and VRA Media Partners, Joy News.
The best investment you can make is to invest in your child's education. We all know that, right? A good school with international standard education and facilities that will nurture your child and give them the right fundamentals to be great in the future is what your child needs. Let me introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to Metro Gold Schools. Yes, Metro Gold Schools. This is located in Ablekuma Kev. Admission is ongoing for Cambridge education. School starts from creche, grade 9, children from the ages 3 months to 14 years. Rationale for the September intake. School starts from the 10th of September. Metro Gold Schools has a modern facility and serene environment, conducive for learning. It has boarding facilities, a tennis court and a basketball court, swimming pool, and an AstroTurf pitch. Enroll your child now. Call or WhatsApp 0548 050108. That is 0548 050108. So you can just visit mgs.edu.gh for admission details. Metro Gold Schools. Your child deserves quality education.
All right, well, let me ask you this. What is luck? For many, luck is that glorious moment when you find money in your trousers, right, when you're broke. For others, luck is being picked out of a crowd for a reward. Well, for the guys at the luckiest, luck is a life-changing event and they believe everyone deserves a shot at it. Luck is coming with prizes so exciting they'll make your head spin. If you want to be the luckiest, dial *712# and get your ticket. The more you buy, the better your chances of winning. And remember, when you hear that catchy jingle, it's your cue to pay attention. It could be your lucky day. Luck is on its way to you and your community. So stay sharp. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere.
And the heat is on, energy levels are high, bigger and extremely hot as another thrilling arithmetic competition is set to blow your mind. Mori Education Limited presents to you the much anticipated annual UC Mass national competition and picnic here, UC Mass, themed Unlocking the Inner Potential for Tomorrow's Digital World Through Mental Arithmetics, scheduled to happen at the Pentecost Convention Center, Gomafete, from Friday the 9th to Sunday the 11th of August 2024. Oh yes, don't miss out on this fun-filled educational experience. Come witness an outstanding display of brain power, speed, confidence, and mental agility. Side attraction includes bouncy castle, trampoline, face painting, train ride, BEC challenge, and other exciting fun activities, folks. What time is it, Raymond? It's UC Mass time. Yeah.
Now, if you need a quality office essentials, equipment, and furniture, just log on to the online store for Kingdom Books and Stationery now, and it's kingdomstoreonline.com. Without physically going to any of their branches, this is hassle-free. They will arrange delivery to your homes and offices within reasonable time. They also offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
Kojo, before we bring in Nana Ama Kesson, let me indicate to you that we're starting a new series on the Joy Business Masterclass. And so today at exactly 1:30 p.m., we're beginning our agribusiness series.
Yes.
And we're starting today. So for all of you who want to get into agribusiness, this is a beginning of a 13-week exciting conversation.
Whoa.
At 1:30 p.m.
Nice
Make sure
one.
you don't miss it.
Catch it here on Joy. All right. Also here on Joy in just a couple of minutes is Safohin Nana Kesson. Who's that, I hear you ask? There's only one way to find out. Stay with us.
Manchester City are the Premier League champions again.
When it's football you want, get it all on DSTV. All the leagues, all the cups, all the matches live. Because when it comes to football, we've got it all day, all night. No matter what package you're on, you're always going to get football on DSTV, your home of entertainment.
This August, Joy Business Masterclass brings you a thrilling 13-week agribusiness series. From snail farming to aquaculture, organic farming and agro-processing, we've got it all. Over the next 13 weeks, you will learn from Ghana's top agribusiness pros who will share their secrets to success. Every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m., dive into practical tips, inspiring stories, and interactive discussions. Whether you're a seasoned farmer or just starting out, this series is for you. Tune in to Joy 99.7 FM and be part of Ghana's agribusiness revolution. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and grow with us. Joy Business, empowering, prospering together.
Hey, so as for you, every day you are just pressing your phone. Why? Are they paying you?
They are, Oma.
Eh?
The more I use my MTN, the more points I get. And I can use those points to get airtime, data, and even discounts at shops and restaurants.
Hey, so that is why all of you are always pressing your phones. And you won't tell us, so that we too we can enjoy some.
Oh, ma.
There's always more to enjoy with MTN Rewards. Just keep talking, testing, and browsing all day, every day to collect your points and use it to redeem amazing offers and discounted freebies right away. There's so much available for you. So dial *550# and get your reward today. Let's go everywhere you go.
Kweku, have you heard what they are doing on MTN?
Are you ready for the National Sales Leaders Conference organized by Core Event Solutions and MGA Consulting in partnership with the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana? It is on the 14th to 15th of August, 9 a.m. each day at the Accra International Conference Center. The special guest of honor is the Minister of Finance, Dr. Mahama Adam. Don't miss out. For more information, call or WhatsApp 050-2711-070 or visit www.nslcaccra.org to book a seat now. See you there.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Masa, my head is killing me. Is that your stomach?
Yes.
What did you eat?
I don't know.
Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA. Everyone is running to Bills. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes with acquiring any of our loan facilities. For whoever you are and whatever you're doing, Bills has a product for you. No susu, no deposits. All you need is your Ghana card. Call 0302-200-390 or 0596-928-33 today and live a bill-free life. Bills Microcredit is licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Bills, financing your needs. Terms and conditions apply.
The luckiest. *712#. Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah.
Here's to the friends who dialed *712# and found no regrets. To the investors who struck gold. To the health workers who diagnosed luck with precision. To the tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. To the passionate fan who couldn't contain his joy. To the seamstress who turned her hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, here's to you. Your next big win is right here.
Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Dial *712#. Now join in the luckiest winning celebration. Every 1st July 2024. Over dial *712#. Now I can to tickets as a group, individual, and now even as a community. Now win is the car cashier. Prizes are cashier in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with *712#. Now join in the winning streak now.
The luckiest.
*712#.
Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Manchester City are the Premier League champions again.
When it's football you want, get it all on DSTV. All the leagues, all the cups, all the matches live. Because when it comes to football, we've got it all day, all night. No matter what package you're on, you're always going to get football on DSTV, your home of entertainment.
Hello?
Kwame, Charlie Woy, give no best start you. Obiawa, Salah de Namnaba, Alan de Sukra, chill drinks no. Sakadi, or Chili one corner, the show Simenu, Vibe Nkwa, na Vinny Junior dear, Cecia no bow. Masa, Yen Tamnabra.
All your best football friends are waiting for you to join them for a thrilling football season on GoTV. Get GoTV Max now to enjoy La Liga, Serie A, Europa League, and more for only 140 Ghana cedis per month. Reconnect today, dial *759# and get all the action. GoTV, love it.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
It absolutely is, and you're welcome back to it. It's 9:39, and I promised you a conversation with Savohin Nanama Kesson. And yes, I know you're wondering who that is. You'll find out in just a minute. She's here. She's seated. Hello, Savohin.
Good morning, Kujo. Good morning, everyone.
It's good to have you. It's been a while since you've been on the show. Years, actually.
No, it's not years.
Yes, years.
It's years.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good enough.
I've been counting.
I'm a private citizen. I can do whatever.
You can do what you like. Well, then we're happy you chose to do this morning. More from Nanama Kesson in a moment. But first, this September, in case you haven't already been told, all roads lead to Cape Coast for the 60th Ogwa Fetu Apashe Festival. So it's on from the 1st until the 8th of September. And look, it's an explosion of culture at Ghana's biggest festival. It'll be 8 days of historic memory-making events. So we've got Akom Night of Reverence at the Cape Coast Castle, Bakatue Regatta, Royal Dinner with Otumfuo Osei II as a guest of honor, Orange Friday, and of course the big climax, the Grand Durbar on the 7th of September. There's also a big Ghana music concert in there somewhere. And now for the first time this year, you can experience Afashe in the park. This is a 24/7 food, drink, fashion, entertainment bazaar, which will run non-stop from the 1st until the 8th of September. So literally, if you're hungry at 3 a.m. on the 3rd of September, you can get food at Afashe in the park. Okay, it's at the Bacano beachfront. And if you want to know more, or you want to book a stand at Afashe in the park, write down this number: 059 60 50 600. That's 059 60 50 600. Media partners are multimedia, so come along and meet your favorite stars from Adom, Joy, and Hits. And of course, the 60th Ogwa Fetu Afashe is going to be 8 days of fun, culture, and merrymaking. I'll see you there. Nanama Kesson.
Yes, Kojo.
Yeah, so congratulations, first of all, on your installment as a Safohin of the Nkum number 4 Asafo in Cape Coast.
The color is yellow.
The color is yellow. Yes.
Thank you, and congratulations as well.
Thanh you. Yes.
Safohin of the not as great Brofumba group.
Not as great.
Not as great as Nkum. Not as great as Nkum. Nkum is the first.
The color is lemon green, and we are number 5.
It's a long story.
Thank you. Anyway, one day we'll give you education on the 7 Asafo groups. But today I'm interested in the fact that you have been installed. I must say, I would not have pegged you for a traditionalist or for someone who would find themselves with a traditional stool anywhere. And by the way, are you still wondering who Safohin Nana Makeson is? Maybe listen to her voice a little bit, see if you can identify her. Yeah.
You said you're surprised.
I am surprised.
I'm surprised at you as well. But I get the surprise. I'm surprised as well. But you know the traditional term that they use. They catch you.
Yes.
So it's not as if you
choose it.
You pick a date and say, hey, here I am. You know, they pick you. And in my case, I guess I was the only one who was surprised. The Nkum people were certainly not surprised. They had been planning it for years. And in a way, I understand them. My family is very rooted in Nkum. And after my dad passed, the gap was there. So they had to grab somebody. And right after they grabbed me, my cousin who came for my outdooring was also grabbed. So I can see the need to take us back home, you know, and reestablish the connections with another generation, so to speak. But when you study the Cape Coast Asafo companies and the history, you'd find out that there were a lot of prominent, seemingly elitist people, lawyers, writers who were Safohins or Supis, part of the Asafo companies. And I think personally it's been good in the sense that Asafo companies are really a place to serve the community, connect to the people, support the people who are part of your Asafo company and the families represented there. So it's good. And I've also learned so much culture and tradition that I ordinarily would have just missed out sitting in Accra.
Well, have you heard enough? Have you figured out who Nana Makeson is? Well, I'll put you out of your misery. We are in conversation with Madam Charlotte Osei. Yes, Safohin Nana Makeson is Charlotte Osei, former Electoral Commission boss, currently the chair of the planning committee for the Ugwa Fetu Afashe, and of course the Safohin, the latest Safohin of the Nkum number 4 Asafo. Now, you've pointed out the fact that it used to be that the erudite, the elite, were the ones who were made Asafohin. That sort of waned. But this is a re-emergence of it, you know, with the installment of people like you. Why is it important? Why is there a need for people like you, accomplished people, to be taking up such roles in the traditional setup? Why?
I think it's really, really important. The Asafo companies are such a great part of Fanti culture. They are a repository of our history, our wisdom, our warring strategies, how we live as a community. And this is captured in their music, is captured in their art, their Asafo flags, is captured in their dances, is captured in their outfits, and even the whole story about how each Asafo company, there's 7 in Cape Coast, got their colors and their numbers. There's a lot of history intertwined in there. And they've become weak, in my view, over the years. And it's important for people like us to get involved and strengthen each Asafo company. Because the stronger we keep them, the stronger we preserve our own history and our own tradition. So one of the things that you know that I'm doing is setting up the Asafo flag gallery at the palace, because we need to start documenting that these are art pieces that are collectors' items globally. And when you study them, you see there's so much of our wisdom captured there in the proverbs, so much of our history, and we're losing all that. So we need to start putting that together. And even as an art form, I've only met 2 old men now in their 70s in the central region who do Asafo flags. Wow. And they tell me that they're finding it difficult to find young people to train.
It's a dying art.
It's a dying art. We need to preserve that. And that's why me and you have to get in and support. Right. Support the community, support the Asafo companies.
Well, one of the big tasks that me and you have to do is to deliver the Fitu Afashe Festival.
I tell you.
in September. I mean, why don't you give everybody a bit of an update on, how that is coming along and what they can expect?
We are giving the update.
Well,
why take it? You're a member of the committee.
Madam Chair, I defer to you.
This year's Fitu Afashe is a double milestone. It's the 60th uninterrupted celebration since 1964, even though Fitu Afashe started 1801. And it's also the 25th anniversary of the installment of the Oguamanhin, Osaberima Kwesiata II. So it's big. Fitu Afashe has always been big. This year it has to be bigger because of the dual milestones. And it's been our privilege
We will stick with the word privilege.
Privilege to steer this process. Challenging, yes, but also it's been an enjoyable adventure. This year, so it's 8 days of back-to-back activities. And in planning this year's Afashe, we had one eye, kind of like a Janus approach, one eye on history and the other eye on the future. And trying to create a bridge. Using this Afashe as a celebration is like looking backwards to go forward, to capture the past and channel that into the future. So the theme is celebrating the city of first, our people and our future. And that's because Cape Coast truly is the mother city of Ghana. We have so many first monuments that we need to celebrate, we need to share with the rest of the country and the world. And of course, we have a rich culture, like we just talked about, from the Asafo companies. And really, Fitu Afashe is about the display and the outdooring of the Asafo companies and their new Safohins. So there's a lot of culture, there's a lot of tradition that is going to be on display. There's a lot of history that we're going to be sharing. And there's also the need to put all that together and use it as the platform to galvanize the people of Ogua to come together and let's build a stronger city and create more opportunities for our people.
Absolutely.
So in celebrating the city of first, we would have all those monuments on display. The first military cemetery, the first prison, the first native court, the first school, the first place where the gospel was preached in Ghana, the first church.
The first printing press.
The first printing press. There's so many firsts. And as a people, we also have a number of people who chalked a lot of historical firsts. And it's a very long list, and we would be showcasing that, from the John Mensah Sabes to the Jacob Wilson Says, the Biney brothers who started the gold mining in Obuasi, Emil Short, Sir Akukosa, the first Ghanaian Chief Justice, Sir Sam Jonah. There's a lot of firsts.
Charlotte Osei.
Yeah, well, you'll meet all the firsts there. And beyond that, then, of course, there's the vibes that come with every Afashe. All the fun, all the action-packed activities, all the eating and the drinking. So we have Afashe in the park because we want to... Last year, we hear the numbers were about 100,000. This year, we think we may possibly hit double that. So we want to channel the traffic to the park. Is 6 acres, so it can accommodate a lot of activities. There'll be sports, there'll be a children's play area, there'll be music, food, art, fashion, lots of vendors selling all sorts of things. So we would have a lot of fun on the park. Then there's the tradition, the reason why we're there. So you would see a Comes Night, where the 77 gods of Cape Coast
will be invoked, yes.
And I think we're the only city that has 77 gods.
77, yes.
Major gods. So there'll be a Comes Night, there'll be a choral concert, there'll be health screening, there'll be what now? There's Orange Friday, the carnival.
There's a big musical concert
There's
as well.
a big music concert.
Produced by Image Bureau. Let me say that quickly, George. Please, Image Bureau.
And then, of course, there is Night of Reverence at the castle to remember all the things that have happened at the castle and to commit to not having that again. And then, of course, there's the big issue. There's the regatta, the Bakatwe, on the Tuesday, where you'll see the Asafo companies compete on the lagoon. Then we have a very, very special guest of honor for this year's 60th Afashe, Otumfuo Saitutu II, the Asante Hini. He'll be honoring us with his presence on Thursday. He arrives on Thursday. He would go to the University of Cape Coast, where he would receive an honorary doctorate degree. And after that, he would have an evening with his brother and friend Osaberima Kwesiata II, and there'll be a dinner to welcome him and his chiefs. Otumfuo is coming with over 70 paramount.
In fact, we are told
over 70 chiefs.
They are coming with 40 buses.
He's coming with 70 chiefs, 40 buses of people accompanying him. That's from Kumasi. I don't know about the ones coming from Accra and other parts of the country. Wow. And of course, there's a strong Asante community in Cape Coast that will be part of the celebration, in the same way that the Fanti community in Kumasi is coming along to be part of the celebration. And then the final highlight would be on the Saturday, when we have the procession of the Asafo companies, the Deba of Chiefs, where Otumfuo and Osaberima will ride in their palanquins, and then we'll end up with a nice Deba at Victoria Park.
It's going to be a magical 8 days, and you really have to be a part of it. It's a history-making event, and of course, under the guidance of Madam Charlotte Osei, so far so good. Things look like they're shaping up to be.
They are shaping up.
Amazing.
They are shaping. Right. But we would want to encourage anyone listening, please support. It's historic. There's lots of branding and visibility opportunities. We need lots of funding to pull this off. So please, we are welcoming partners. Reach out. Our numbers are on our social media handles at Feito Afashe. And of course, we are also calling on people who want to be part of Afashe in the park. If you want to have a vendor stand, again, check out our social media handles, and we have lots of information out there. We look forward to welcoming everybody to Cape Coast from September 1st. Oh, we forgot. We are starting with a big Akwaba Carnival.
Of course, on the
Homecoming
Sunday
Carnival
1st.
with masquerades, dancing, brass bands. So please join us.
Excellent. Nana Ama Kesem, Safuhin of the Nkum Asafo. Madam Charlotte Osei.
Number 4, yellow.
4. Yeah. Thank you for your time with us this morning.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. All right, listen, stay with us. A little bit more just before we wrap things up on the show.
The luckiest
star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah.
Welcome and now for a daily star 712 hash and found no regrets. A side comma investors are a striking gold. A comma health workers are a diagnosing luck with precision. A side comma that tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. Say a comma passionate fan or also entering containing a joy. After to the seamstresser or turning a hard end stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now a comma if you say your next big win is right here.
Star 712 hash. Luck is everywhere.
Dial star 712 hash and join the luckiest winning celebration. From the 1st of July 2024, dial star 712 hash to keep buying tickets as a group, individual, or even as a community. Win loads of cash and prizes in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 hash. Join the winning streak now.
The luckiest
star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super
You of the latest from MTN. You can now get not just MTN free after one, but free after one extra. Now, here's what's extra about it. You can talk for 1 whole hour uninterrupted, okay? For every 10 minutes you talk within that hour, you only pay for the first minute. And of course, you get to talk for 60 minutes straight with no interruption. If you like what you hear, then, well, that's not enough. You also get 70 megabytes of data for free after your first call. So easy, now is the time to talk extra with all the people you love. To subscribe to MTN free after one extra today, just dial star 550 hash. That's star 550 hash, okay? And follow the prompts.
And the International Finance Group, World Bank Group, is pleased to announce a masterclass event on leadership in sustainability, building the capacity and empowering board of directors and executives to champion ESG initiatives. Speakers, Mrs. Catherine Engman, Mr. Moez Miori, who is Environmental, Social and Governance Advisory Lead, North and West Africa, and Ms. Damilola Sobo, who... Date is the 6th of August, 2024. Okay, that was like yesterday. Okay, so that's past now. So that's it.
All right, then. Well, listen, it's been great bringing you the show today, and there's more tomorrow, as always. It's Thursday.
Political Thursday.
Political Thursday. Don't miss it. But stay on Joy for the duration. All your favorite programs coming up. Until we're back together again, my name is Kojo Yankson. I'm the morning man.
My name is Winston Amoa.
Have a good one.